Good. All I know is I got this to say. This is the land of dreams and madness. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Dak Prescott lost me this week.
Browns are leading their division.
We have zero viewers that heard that
division. They're leading it, and they're not.
That commercial's still going on. And by the way, the Dolphins are
AFC North.
Tua just threw for another touchdown. Dolphins up 752-0.
Yo, I can't. Yo, they almost got another touchdown. They would have almost broke the record for the most goddamn.
All right, let's say hi to the chat.
Jesus
What is
Christ.
going on, guys? Insert Star Wars music here. Thank you. Dude. Have a great show. May the force be with you always. Thank you. Oh, the old intro. That's very our exit. That's nice. Ruben, excuse me. Sorry. Star Wars Sunday with the crew makes me wish I had the night off. I wish you had the night off.
off.
Thumbs out. You can't just. Some people just can't take the night off, guys. All right. Hey, GT. Once upon a Sunday, far. I love. You know what? My kids asked. They did ask. They're like, "Hey, has he showed up yet?" And I'm like, I hope he does. Tommy Longbow. I know, too expensive now with all the other money to spend. Once upon a Sunday, far away, I tuned into the best Star Wars show on YouTube with the guys from the Dark Side crew. I've turned off the dramatic white noise and poured a crisp cold one. Cheers to you too, brother.
Cheers.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, look at that. Everybody cheers. Oh, yeah.
My Diet Pepsi.
Oh, I just drank I like this certain Japanese tea that I make by myself off this broth, but I think I drank too much of it too.
You need some bone broth. Bone broth to help.
No, this is good. It's fish broth. It's good. Star Wars Sunday. Let's get it going. Deuces. Cheers. Thank you very much, Vader Prime.
What's up, Ed?
Ed LeBeau saying hi for the algorithm. Ed, what's good? Jeffrey Drake, hello all, hello. Eric, hi. What's up, everyone? Ryan, what's up, buddy? Did they open up your town yet? I mean, I still can't get through the main street down there. TMNT, cool guys. Want to shout out TMNT, cool guys. He helped us out. Him and Sticks both have sent me massive amounts of stuff to make sure that we have the proper slides this week. In the meantime, JJ was cutting. JJ was cutting slides. However, you guys gave me so much stuff, I decided to use your guys' stuff to make the slides out of. Okay.
He started AOL dial-up. It's still,
That's not
he
true.
logs on the
Hello.
internet and it says, you've got mail.
Right. John Sanders, hello. Look at, hey, he's still got a picture of you there, Jedi.
Jedi, man, I'm telling you, it's the land of dreams and madness, baby.
Until he dies.
Yeah, just gotta like snow this up a little bit. Get a little snowy.
Yeah, the original title of the show is this the scene that showed why Baylan's gonna die? We'll talk about it.
It's
Later.
downfall.
Hello, everyone.
It's gonna be too much for him.
Dom, slow down on the weird, just random shit for a little bit, okay? I'm not feeling that great. I don't have enough energy to keep up with you. All right, Dusty Baker, 1970. Let's get it started. Let's have
Dusty
started.
Connie and Trey. Fallon.
Dwayne Scott. Team Sith are the good guys. Sometimes they are. Joe got a little chopper. Evening all. Hey, there's a comic book. Jedi's now fully taking over the comic review, and I must say he's doing a hell of a good job. This one does feature the killing droid. It's got a lot of killing droids in it, including Chopper. So there we go. Sub chat says
next week I'm gonna need help.
You gotta do all the sounds for the whole comic.
You gotta go.
I want to hear you reenact the Chopper versus R2 fight that goes on for like 5 pages.
I totally left that out.
What was the? Oh, I also hear that rumor has it that we have a new head of HR now that Pete has taken over as CBSI Hot 10. It's doing a magnificent job, if I do say so myself.
Yeah,
I mean,
think he had to do a couple of public service announcements on our show Friday because Dom and maybe me were getting a little loose.
Oh well, we got violated. YouTube gave us. They restricted our revenue because of both yours and SNS's show. But we do have a new. The announcement is, and I don't know. Can I make this official? The official announcement. Our Kingdom of News, Lucifer is the new head of HR. So there we go. Congratulations on your promotion. I think it's good. Everybody enjoys him, right? Yeah, good guy. Congratulations.
Iron Fist Lucifer.
He gets
There
paid
it is.
double.
Right.
He gets paid double. All right. Let's move on. Do we got some news?
We got some news.
All right, I'll take some news. Let's give me some news.
We got some good news this week.
I hope we
Really?
do. The news has been fucking shit for a
Hope
while.
it's
now.
good.
Shit
Come
this
on.
week.
There's
too.
some-
There's some
I
great
want to
stuff
spoil
to
it.
troll Dom coming in here, and
Yeah,
Damn it.
we'll have fun.
not ready for the shit.
Way Seeker. I haven't had time to go to the doctor yet. I'm probably gonna get the drugs tomorrow. Please, man. Please. I'm just trying to get through the show.
We're gonna
Just trying to make it through the show.
We're gonna put Dom up to 11 real quick.
Don't.
We do need a lead in. We need a troll time lead in. Like it's just Way Seeker
Oh,
with
we're
like
going right
a
up to
book
that.
that says
yes!
troll time.
And sync.
And Sync
Who's
revealed
this?
this week that they had cameo roles in Attack of the Clones, but unfortunately their scene was
That
cut.
was a long time ago. And the
Not unfortunate at all.
But
That
Dom
would
gets
have
mad about
probably
Lizzo.
turned me off to Star
George
Wars.
Lucas
Who's
did the
hey?
same
Why do they
thing.
got? Why they got guy a silver shark shoot with double plated vest? Who are these clowns?
And sync.
That guy stole my fucking look, bro. That's what I wear. That jackass. Who's this fucking dude on the end? Let me talk to this guy.
Yes.
I own that suit. I also own that blue suit.
They
Who's
keep
this
saying
guy?
so
Who's this
now.
guy over here? The short. Who are these short people?
This is NSYNC. This is the whole thing.
And sync, huh?
Yeah.
And sync.
No, how do you get mad about Lizzo, but you don't get mad about NSYNC having cameo?
I'm
And
roles?
furious.
sync?
Well, I'm not mad because they didn't put it on the air, which is great. Had they done that, I
Exactly.
would have been furious.
That's why. There you go.
This is George
Because they
Lucas.
couldn't
No
sing.
different.
Baby, bye, bye,
No
bye.
different.
George Michaels was in an NSYNC.
There's Lance. I only know two of them. I know Justin and Lance, right? Who are the other
Justin
ones? I
who,
don't remember their
Bieber?
names.
Well, you got Joey Fatone
I know the guy on the end is a game show host
on the
now.
left.
The one
On the
Marco
left hand.
stole
Joey
his
Fatone.
look.
Did also food.
He stole my look. He got a double plated vest, silver,
I think you stole
and
his
snake,
look.
and silver shark.
Lance, whatever his name, Lance.
Justin Timberlake. I don't know
Did it
that
say
guy.
what characters they were?
Dude stole my chain.
Because I can't let this go. Did it say what characters they were playing? Were they
They're
like
playing Jedi.
Oh god.
You know what this? You know what these guys remind me of? Have you ever seen that movie or the TV show that's got Sylvester Stallone in it, where he's like a gangster, but he goes to like Tulsa or some shit? King
That's
of
a great
Tulsa.
show.
Yeah, this
Tulsa
looks like
King.
the cast of fucking King of Tulsa right here.
Tulsa King is an awesome show.
Yeah,
Don't
Tulsa
badmouth
King.
that one. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Hey, Jedi, am I? It looks like Tulsa King right here on the stage, except for the guy in the middle.
Why would I-
Yeah,
This
Stallone
is
does kind of
old
dress
news.
like that. Yeah, and
This is
Tulsa
old
King
news. This
does.
is like years ago. This came out.
The chat loves this news. You can
All right,
tell.
we've given this one.
Joey's the fat one. There's two
Yeah.
fat ones. The
Joey's
fat
the
one on the
fat
right,
one.
the shorter fat one, or the taller fat one?
Me and my
That
wife.
one's not fat on the end. He's just big
Me
bone,
and my
bro.
wife watched his show. He had like a food show. Where he goes
They
to
just
people's
call that
houses.
husky, bitch.
Marco's like, that's who I am.
That is exactly me. That's fucking husky, you fucking piece of shit. Who said that? The
Big
fat
bone.
one, Joe. Get the
Big
fuck
bone.
out of here.
That's
Megan's
big
gonna
bone.
admit
Don't worry
it.
about it.
It's just big boned and huskiness, you fucking jackass. Look at this. It's not like this little short little midget dude. Go next.
All right. All right. So the Nielsen released the viewership numbers, and Marco was claiming like everything was awful. Nielsen came out and had completely different numbers than the one Marco was looking at a few weeks ago. So this was for the first week that it came out for the first views. As you can see here, total number of minutes per.
No. See, this is what you're missing about the story of last week. They're saying it's not actual numbers, and what they're saying is the true numbers through the viewership data is different than what Nielsen does, because Nielsen now has tried to do an average of households that use. If you know how Nielsen
these
works,
are by minutes. This is how many minutes.
yeah,
people
but
watch.
this isn't by actual minutes watched. Period. This is average minute usage.
Yeah, that's
You
not
need
what
to
Nielsen
read the
said. Nielsen
asterisks.
came out-
What is
Nielsen
the
came
deal
out on
with
Wednesday and
Suits?
clarified
I don't
and said that's not
understand
true.
Suits.
And
Suits
they
is
said
good.
that this was the third best opening for any Star Wars show. It's behind Mando season 1 and Obi-Wan's opening. It's better than Book of Boba Fett, better than Mando.
Disney
season
came.
2 and
Okay,
3.
so I'm gonna believe Nelson over Disney.
Disney
Okay.
said it was higher than that. Disney came out and said this was their number one show. Somebody else came out and that's who you were listening to. This confirms. What
I'm telling
Disney
you,
was saying.
Nelson. We deal with the ratings. We check the ratings all the time on this. There's a big issue with Nelson right now. Why do you think Nelson and Amazon are fighting? And Nelson Amazon had pretty much came out and said, and I don't believe Amazon that much either because they're shitbags, but had said, and it is right if you've ever dealt with the Nelson company before and know how they do their averages, that Nelson is using a very finite example of averages to pump it up so that they can sell for commercial rates, which is what Nelson does. Therefore, the factual numbers that they say they have aren't factual. I don't believe them. I know for a fact that it's not true. You've just never done it before. You're just trying to character some narrative that
I think it's doing much better than you think it is, and Disney said it's doing much better than it said it is.
I don't know.
Disney said it was their number 3
in
best
other
Star Wars
countries.
show.
In other countries where you're actually allowed to track stuff, not the U.S. because they don't have the same privacy laws, they actually track these things, and those numbers say it's not doing as well as.
But again, that's not really fair to compare Marvel to Star Wars. Marvel is so much bigger in other countries.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you a question? Who pays for Nielsen?
I don't know. I have to go look it up.
A bunch of old fucks.
No, it's the major network companies. That's who pays for them, including ABC, Disney, Paramount Plus, Paramount, and what's the other one? CBS? What the hell is CBS now? Can't remember. Warner Brothers. So yeah.
Anyway, if you see here,
Coco Melon's doing sweet though.
What?
That's nice. Coco Melon, the little bald-headed baby kid.
You guys watch that wrestling show on Netflix about the OW? What is it?
Ballers?
Stephen Amell, right?
Again, these are but this is by total number of minutes. So things that have lots of episodes, it's hard to compare. Like Suits is number 1, but it has 100.
Hey, no, look, I don't believe a fucking word of this. Nobody's going back and watching fucking old episodes of fucking Ballers.
No, because it just came out. Ballers just came out on Netflix.
It just added it to Netflix.
So it's been on HBO for a long time. So people didn't have HBO or Max or whatever it is. For the very first time,
It's
they can
number
watch it.
5 here, anyways. It's not what?
But it's again
Ahsoka?
minutes. By number of episodes, you can see here. So
Bluey's. Hey,
Suits
see, I don't believe this either because Bluey's got to be number 1.
No,
what the fuck is
Suits has been number 1 for like the last 4 months.
Bro, there's not a fucking kid from the age of like 8 down to the age of fucking 2 that doesn't watch 3 hours of fucking Bluey a day. I'll tell you that.
I get you, but Bluey episodes are 22 minutes and Suits episodes
are they? I don't
45
know.
minutes.
I don't know how long the message.
No, Bluey episodes are 8 minutes. So it's, again, number of episodes per minute. We can talk about.
Who is Aaron Carter? What is that?
It's a new show that just came out on Netflix.
And it's beating, Ahsoka's doing so good, it's beating Ahsoka.
So they got 7 episodes.
Oh, okay.
We're up to 6. The 6 episodes all freaking blew up the internet, man. Come on, man.
I thought the first 2 blew up the internet.
So this is the day that I mean, again, they say it's the 3rd best opening for Star Wars show. Well, that's right. Not they said a big push was happened because they moved it earlier. So we'll see if that's right or not. But we got that one. We got news this week. If Marco would get that off the screen that we can read.
Just facts. That's my Nielsen reporting. I'm in John Sanders' house. His kid watches 18 hours, so I'm going to average that. 2 households.
Yep.
Yeah.
9 hours a day. There you go. More than anybody else.
Del Toro he wrote a script and almost directed a Star Wars movie. He said this week about Jabba the Hutt, where Jabba was going to be.
That would have been awesome.
A gangster movie.
That would have been awesome.
Do you know that his main creature creator is from the great state of Michigan? Created a bunch of good stuff. Also helped write Hellboy.
Yep.
I guess I'm the minority. I wonder when this type of stuff is going to really stop being news. I don't care who almost did anything. I almost wrote a script. I almost wrote a screenplay. I almost
shit my pants.
He wrote a script. The whole script was done.
This is very popular.
Again, right now,
unless it ends up on the screen, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm a Team Jedi on this one. 0 bleeps given.
I almost hit the lotto, but I'm still poor, so don't worry about it.
We got limited to work with, people. We got a director strike. Nobody's talking about anything they can do. All right. Peter Cushing is going to have. There's an auction coming up for Peter Cushing, where they're going to be selling a lot of his personal memorabilia. Some of the rare items that are going to be sold are these slippers right here that he wore on set for the Death Star, and this little 12-inch figure that the crew made of him of Tarkin. These slippers they expected to sell. I think they're starting at $50,000.
Why? Hasn't he been dead? Article. Why is he wearing slippers? Did it say why he wore these slippers?
Oh, by the way, do you believe this shit? Because he's been dead for like what, 20 some years?
When he was filming, he couldn't wear the shoes they wanted him to wear, so he's wearing slippers.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in the 20 some odd years that this man's been passed away that anybody kept that shit?
Yeah.
And look, they look brand new.
They have a ton of it. It's not even It's not even his stuff. It's like every TV show he's been on, they're auctioning off
Freaking
tons of
Kenner.
stuff. So I think
Kenner still
somebody
has prototypes.
his family ran out of money.
Kenner don't have prototypes of his slippers.
No, they got prototypes of his figure. I want the other prototypes. Everything that was based on Star Wars is people have pieces of memorabilia or freaking prototypes. They got the shit. They're selling it off now. This is where people are making money.
$50,000 for slippers.
And they smell too.
I guess whoever you've been listening to has been lying a lot. Then
They better smell. They better smell just like his feet. I'm paying $50,000, bro.
Dude, what I'm telling you is, how do you know this is just in Billy Joe James going down and buying a pair of slippers for
they
the
have his
fucking
DNA in the shoes.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't. This could be
That makes
anything.
no
This
sense
is
why
who would
anybody
know
would
about-
buy these things.
No.
But hey, if you want Peter Cushing's slippers that he wore on the Death Star,
Yeah, died in. Thank you,
There you
AOA.
Put 'em
Good
right
shout out.
next to
1994.
My hot toy, a Death Star picture, and his slippers just hanging down. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. What were the slippers for? It was for his feet. No. Thank you, John.
so there's a unique Star Wars item that you're not going to see anywhere else.
No.
More unique Star Wars items came out this week at Disney World. Magnets. We got some blue milk and some Bantha Burger
Oh, yeah,
magnets
can't wait.
available now
About
at
time they
Disney
came out
World.
with Star Wars magnets.
Marco's leaving. We got that for the news. But that's the new Disney World news. Mark
I got
Hamill.
my restrainer bolt magnet.
That's cooler than that.
It used to stick on my head, but it doesn't anymore.
This one is actually, I think, if I wish it was
It's
in
not
San
oily
Francisco.
enough today.
Mark Hamill will be making his first convention appearance in over 6 years at Fan Expo.
Wait, 6
So-
years? He was in New York Comic Con. I was there when he was there. It's not 6 years.
He said in the article, and he said it too, his last time he's been at a convention is 2017. October of 2017.
New York Comic Con.
That might have been it, but 6 years ago.
I was there. It doesn't seem like 6 years. I was there. He was in a crowd of people.
Well,
and
that settles it, Dom. It doesn't seem like 6
no, listen.
years.
He was in a crowd of people, and I gave him a high five. I couldn't get to him because people all around. So he was there.
It was still 6 years ago, Dom.
I can't remember 6 years ago. Damn, 6 years of my life went by that fast. You see? Get these fucking movies out already, please. I'm telling you. Please.
No, I mean, this is a great. This is one I would totally get pre-register and get one of these autographs because they're so rare. He doesn't sign anything. So if you're there for San Francisco, this is one where I think it's worth getting. So
Yeah, I'm not in San Francisco, so I can't get there. So
yeah,
that sucks.
You can find his autographs on eBay.
but they're so expensive. They go for like $1,000.
Oh, yeah, that's true enough. I mean, are these not going to be expensive if you
They'll be
fly
like
all the way to New York
like
City?
$300 to $350, but still, it's no $1,000.
Oh, you're leaving out
Yeah,
airfare,
and he charges a
hotel.
lot for it.
That's
It's like freaking what's the face? Natalie Portman charged a lot for her autograph too.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's a lot of money there. So Cameron Monaghan was at a convention this weekend, and he confirmed that they've already begun working on Jedi Survivor 3. So he's working on it with Marin as well. So
Yes.
Marin and him are coming back. They're doing some pre-recording of some voices and all that stuff already. So it sounds like this one's moving along in development, even though they lost, the executive director. Like JJ said last week, we're going to get this game, whether it will be as good as the other two. We'll have to wait and see.
Hey, Joe, answer Joe's question. Can you please spice it up with one of my rumors, please? This fucking news sucks. Hey, I sent you this.
What?
I sent you this.
I already knew it. Just
I
because
sent
you
it
said
before
Tom,
you did.
Tom, this is
That's
what
all
you
the
do.
bullshit you keep saying. I sent
You sent
early in the morning.
50,000 news items, and they're not
Early
really
in the
you
morning.
never
I
sent
sent
them.
it.
They're all Instagram posts. You
Every
never
morning I
news
sent
in
you
our
early in the
Instagram
morning.
posts.
Yo, you're still sleeping. I sent it to you.
I already had it.
I don't read them.
I sent it to you. I get it. I sent
Nobody
it to you.
reads your Instagram things.
I don't read them, Dom.
50,000
You
of
send me
them.
some of my stuff on IG. You think I'm going to read the stuff you send in Google Chat too? No,
Hey,
not gonna do
I
it.
sent it. I sent that this was happening. I sent it early. I'll show you when I sent it. The time I sent it.
I don't care what you sent.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Well,
mean
you
I
should
don't
care
have
because
it.
I see it before you and I sent it before you. Most of the news you get from me.
I don't get any news from you, Dom. I don't
Yes, you
listen to
do.
anything you say.
Yes, you do.
Oh man, Marco, let's put this in. Marco, what percentage of things of Instagram posts that Dom puts in our Google chat do you read?
0.
Yeah, me too.
But I send it all the time. But he's claiming that he gets the news before me. I get up early. I see everything. I'm on Instagram early in the morning.
Just because you sent it doesn't mean anybody here read it. Because you sent
listen, at the end of the day, I put it in the freaking goddamn
Dom, please. Here's the deal. You send like, first off, people will say stuff in the chat. You completely ignore it and then send hours later fucking 20 links to Instagram. And then somebody goes, hey, Dom, so-and-so said that up there. You're like, yeah, I know. Great, right? And it's like, what are you talking about? And then you yell at us for not watching your whatever. I don't know. I'm zero.
I will
zero.
ask a very important question. I will go into Google Chat and I will ask a question about the show. Like, hey, are we doing this? What about this? But no one reads it because Dom sends like 50 Instagrams and it just disappears.
Yeah, it disappears.
And nobody ever sees it.
I read.
Gotta be proactive.
Okay, so here's a little bit of secret for you. I have two phones. I have a work phone and I have a regular phone, right? My business, I have a business line because they transferred over. You can't have landlines for it anymore. So I don't have the internet on that phone at all. The other phone, I don't have Instagram on. So like whatever you send, when you send tweeters or Instagrams, it doesn't even link to anything. You know what I mean? So like I just look and I see a bunch of those and I go, fuck it. I just shut it off and go to something else. I go some other place else.
But I send you important info.
I doubt what you're sending me is important because I see what the guys say in the chat about your fucking Instagram posts. And usually it's like, come on, Dom, or we already said that, Dom, or like, what is this idiot? Who is this idiot? Can you source it, please, Dom? And the response is just another fucking like Twitter or something.
Yep.
Or another Instagram thing or about.
Well, I'm gonna send you the information, the freaking Fallen Jedi 4. I have it already. I'm gonna send that shit to you before you get it.
Yeah, and they're gonna say, "This is what happens, Dom." They're gonna say, "Can you source this, Dom?"
Read that, Dom. They're not working on
more. Yeah, they're gonna say, "Can you source this, Dom?" And you're gonna send another Instagram post, and then our whole chat's gonna be like, "Oh, Dom, do you know how to source?" And then that shit's gonna start again. So no, don't do that, please.
Marco's gonna love this game. The Star Wars Eclipse game, that was the one that we've talked about.
Yeah.
2 years ago, it looked awesome. It was the High Republic game. So the developer came out today and said, "We're working on the game. Progress is going." But it's gonna be one of these games that there's no ending. It's gonna be a game for like people that are 14 years old that have all the time in the world. Because the developer said we're setting up to where anyone can die and there is no game over, which means there's no ending to the game. You just
I don't care as long as I can loot you all and then teabag you. That's all I care about.
That is true.
So this game is gonna be massive.
Yeah.
And
I think, hold on. Can we clarify this? Because we're giving Dom a little bit of a hard time, but this is true. He does send a bunch of. There's no explanation on why he's sending it. It's not like, hey guys, and then like headlines it. Hey, look at this article here, or look at this Instagram post here. He just sends a shitload of IG post links and Twitters.
And then when I post real news, I get trolled by JJ by saying you got to post it in an Instagram post, or I'm not reading it because that's all we have in our chat is Dom's Instagram posts. But hey,
thank you, BK. Doomcock will never disrespect me like that.
So anyway,
not Marv, not in real life. I don't want to teabag anybody in real life. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of like, I mean, it's funny when you get to just.
That's kind of cool.
Here's some 12-year-old squeaker
Don, this
cry.
is what you wanted. You wanted this. Like, this is completely open world.
This is cool.
You can do whatever you want.
This is what I like. I like this. Yeah.
I don't like
the world between worlds so you can go
too long. I need a game that ends. I don't have time. I ain't got time for one of these games. But
that's because you just get mad that I just 360 snipe you all day long and just teabag you, and then you're just so mad because you, instead of shutting it off, you just come back to life, and then I do it again, and then I do it again, and then I do it again.
Keep sucking you. You ever play a game like you ever play Street Fighter and you keep kicking?
It's like Super Smash Brothers where I just pick and then you just cry.
I don't think Marco has a clue what he's talking about because that's not how MMORPGs are, but whatever.
Now it is. It's going to be like that now.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that.
That's what they just said.
Because I'm pretty sure
you can do whatever you want.
Jedi, go ahead.
It's one of like these games where
I was just going to say what scares me is that I'm pretty sure you do know what teabag means, yet you keep saying it over and over.
Yeah. After I end up doing a 360 swipe, Jedi. Okay, so Jedi, let me explain. In a lot of these games now that you can play, like a lot of the like the PUBGs, the these first.
That's not what this type of game is, though.
Yeah. But you could do it in Red Dead Redemption 2, which is open world, bro. So don't talk to me because I know about it. All right. What you do is once you kill one of these little Muppets, like Wayseeker that's running around, or one of these squeakers, like these little kids, you steal all their shit, and they can still see what you're doing. So you take your character and press up down on it, and it looks like it's called teabagging, and it looks like they're going up and down on the character. Yeah, it's called teabagging. Yeah. So that's what I absolutely disrespect.
This became so much more interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you Jedi, you would love it. You could be the grumpiest old man on it. It's fucking hilarious. And then you just hear Wayseeker in the background going, "Stop teabagging! Fuck you! I'm gonna kill you! Your mouth sucks!" And you're like, "Okay,
stop
thanks."
turning around in circles like this, because that's all I know how to do.
Yeah. I'll teach you the way, Jedi. I'll teach you the way.
It's not gonna happen.
We got news this week on the booster packs that are coming out for Star Wars Unlimited. This is the card game that I'm playing. This is the one that JJ revealed to us and showed us some of the gameplay from Gen Con. And so, again, one of the nice things about this is it's a game, but it's also going to be a collectible. And as you can see here, you see legendary cards are going to be found in 1 in every 8 packs. They're going to be showcase cards that come 1 in every 12 boxes. So those are going to be the super rare cards. And foil rares or foil legendaries come in 1 in every 50 packs. So there is a good collectible, if you like to chase that type of stuff, like to chase the cards, get the rare cards, component of this as well. So we'll be definitely opening some packs on this when this comes out in the first half of 2024.
Nice.
Okay.
So
I'd like to. JJ's not on because he'd be the guy to ask about cards. He's our card guy, but it just doesn't seem to be anything in the Star Wars card hobby to keep cards relevant. It just seems like they're hot and then they're not when the next thing rolls out, and it just seems
they roll out a lot of cards. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just like it's hot and then it's not. There's nothing like comic books where you have first appearances or blah blah blah. I mean, it just seems like it's just constantly revolving door. And things they're hot, and then they're not. You forget about.
Well, I have a Wonder Bread Han Solo that's graded, so
I mean, this is different because it's a card game. So, like, some of the cards are going to be better than others. So, like, the legendaries that you need in your deck are going to be valuable.
Just give me the Boba Fett. That's it.
Those are always going to be valuable unless they get errata or go out of rotation or however they do that. But that's years down the road if the game is constructed well. And so you shouldn't have to worry about that. No, I'm excited for JJ to beat me too. That'd be fun. I know Marco won't be able to because Marco didn't have the patience to actually read. So that's not something I have to worry about.
please.
You didn't read all the books for today. Can't read. So it's no problem.
This is the
imagining Marco like putting a deck together and constructing it and thinking about how things work. Marco ain't got time for that.
How many packs in the box and how much the box? They say it?
You know what? I do have time for a Wayseeker though.
I'm guessing a box. I'm guessing a box would be like
we don't know yet.
24 packs or something.
We're gonna try to see.
But they're big packs. They're 16 cards, so that's a big pack for what usually is like 8 cards, 5 cards, whatever. 16 cards is quite a few. So I'm excited. I'll probably buy 3 boxes. I'm guessing.
How much is a box gonna run you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 120.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. About 120, 150.
I'm guessing 120 pre-sale, so you get the discount, but we'll see. So, we got news this week of Star Wars Revelations coming back for another one to preview next year for all the great comics that are coming out in 2024. I think one of the things that I was sad about means 2024 is going to feature a lot more of this before Return of the Jedi, because we're going to have quite a few stories are taking place with the Afra, the Star Wars run, the Bounty Hunter. That's not switching up in 2024. At least
is that the cover? Is that a peek at the cover? Or is that just
that's the cover?
That's the cover for Revelations.
Huh? Afra's not even on the cover. I mean,
they said they're going to have Alyssa Wong's doing a story for Afra, so I know she's going to be in here.
But we're getting Thrawn. We're getting High Republic.
We are getting High Republic.
Jabba the Hutt in the middle. More Jabba.
You remember how everybody thought this was going to be like the greatest thing ever in these books when they came out and people were pumping them? And how are they now? Same thing's probably going to happen with here. Don't listen to the pump. They'll come right back down.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so, whatever.
You got Mace Windu there. You got Orlando.
Yeah, I'm excited for Thrawn.
So this is a peek. So this is like a preview, right? Of what?
Yeah, this is a preview of what's coming for next year.
So does this thing have first appearances in, or is it not considered a first appearance?
So
I don't even know anymore.
we had like the panel with the first appearance of the the squad that Marco loved so much.
Oh yeah.
Gold
It didn't have their name on it, so everybody's like, "Is that a first appearance? Not a first appearance?" We went through the whole thing. It might have a first appearance. It might not. It might be one of these cameos.
Yeah, well, part of that was that Marvel then screwed it up. Their third appearance, they called, or no, Diamond, remember, tried to solicit their third appearance as their first appearance. It was a fucking shit show.
Again, but Marvel plays this game now where like they cameo things before they do it. So these are probably going to be cameos for you.
Yeah.
I truly believe Marvel trolls the whole first appearance thing.
Really no, they just try to make money off of it.
They are. They just troll.
Yeah, you're right. That's the bottom line.
Yep. We also got details this week on the High Republic Adventures. This is the Dark Horse Phase 3 details.
You called this
issue. What?
You called this, I think, last week.
Oh. The first issue will arrive December 6th, but it will have a variant cover. And so they don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a 1 in 10 or if it's just going to be an alternative cover. They didn't say, but they said there will be a variant
cover. Can you
cover.
tell everybody why we're excited about that, Wayseeker?
Because there were no variant covers for the last one. And I mean, I feel like
it's kind of nice. It's nice to have. Some of those covers were shit balls.
Yeah. So, we don't. I think
it's like the return of Star Wars Dark Horse variant covers because they have not had any variant covers for Star Wars.
No, they had the one for the
one. For the
thing. Claudia Gray book, but that's it.
What's up, Chef?
So no, I'm happy they're doing variants. I don't know if the variant is just for issue 1 or if it's gonna be for all of them. If it's just for issue 1, it will probably be in a retail incentive, kind of like they did in the old days. A 1 in 5 or a 1 in 10 or whatever they do. So, yeah. This one is this little bit of an unknown, but when I was flipping through TFAW, we talked about this on chat last night. I saw there's a listing for Darth Vader 42 where it says it's going to be a Rebels 10th anniversary cover coming. So it sounds like, not surprisingly, we are going to be getting the Rebels 10th anniversary covers coming starting in January of 2020.
More work for Sprouse? Is that what you're saying?
It's not Sprouse, it's Weingard is doing the...
Nice. Well, I mean, they had, what's Gist doing the ones right now for the fucking Clone Wars, so...
Yeah.
It's about time they get... I mean, God bless Sprouse, but I think the guy's made enough money.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go hungry.
Yeah.
No. But take my money. I'll get all the Rebel covers because I'm such a Rebel fan.
If they're good.
They're just taking my money, and that's fine. I like Weingard, so I'm in.
Just wait till they make that fucking Lothcat a fucking cover.
I'll get 40 of them.
Yeah, you probably fucking will.
Just wait till Dubs gets on a cover, and I will buy out the stock.
For some reason, they're going to the second print on this fucking thing. Why? Oh, fucking Wayseeker.
Some person bought 10,000 copies.
10,000 copies of fucking nubs.
They'll have a poster, have all the nubs in the background. He'll take off all the things in his background and put nubs up there.
I hope they're gonna be good ones.
Yeah, I'm close to being like Astro. I need to commission you for a nubs. You give me a High Republic blank, I will commission Astro for a nubs cover. So that
Wayseeker's going to buy all the nubs, and Dom's going to be screaming for foil covers.
There's a Boba Fett foil cover.
It's going to be interesting.
All right, and I think we have one more. I think the last one. Dark Horse Direct. You can purchase this one, and this is one of the convention exclusives for Star Wars Hyperspace Stories. This one was released at Rose City Comic Con, which I don't even know what Rose City Comic Con is. Is that even in America?
Portland.
I don't even know.
Yes. Portland.
What?
It's in Portland, isn't it?
I don't know. I guess Portland is Rose City.
Yeah, it's like it's a minor. It's like one of the minor 10, dude. How don't you know where the fuck?
The cover. Shut up.
No.
It's all you.
So anyway, this one is currently up right now. They announced this on Friday on Dark Horse Direct. As before the show started, there were still some available. I didn't get these. I was still going back and forth. This is Sergio Aragonis, or how you pronounce his name. Cover with Jackson and the Ewoks. So if you like this one, you didn't pick up any other ones, here's your chance to get the Dark Horse.
I'm telling you,
Direct Stories. Marco is currently buying the stock out right now because he's going online. He likes this one.
Show up at a show.
I do.
You buying it right now?
No. No, I do like it though.
Yeah, I actually think this one's pretty good. And that is the week in Star Wars.
That is the worst friggin' news ever, man. Wayseeker, where the fuck do you get the news from? Jesus.
It was heavy comics. That was good.
Yeah,
That's the
good.
comic stuff to put in there. And
Did
some
anybody pick
magnets.
up, I know you know like the NYCC the book that came out, the High Republic book,
Yeah.
sold out.
I don't think
I'm
he's
not
ever
buying
gone to
that
the
thing.
comic.
I'm not going to talk about some store exclusive NYCC High Republic 10 when the High Republic 10 came out like 8 months ago.
I know. But
Why?
the sketch cover looks really nice. It looks better than the color version.
I don't care. It's not a first print.
Yeah, it's a
8
and
months
it's a
later
gift.
print.
How many did you say they have?
500.
500.
Yeah. So Marvel doesn't make, once again, Dom. Marvel
Hey,
doesn't make print runs of 500
You know, the whole thing is that I'm
Ever.
I'm done with
ever,
limited edition.
ever,
I just
no,
want.
ever.
I just want the book because I like the cover.
ever. Don't waste your money. You can get it in 5 years for nothing, considering that fucking is already over with. Okay.
No, Ruben. He didn't get the news from me. He got the good parts from me, and the rest was his shit.
Oh yeah. Well, he's complaining about the news, but you just also said that he got the news from you. All right. Well, let's tune back into one of our most popular segments, comic reviews. Jedi, if you could. Why is this on auto cap?
All right. So I haven't read this comic in probably 6 months. So
I'm glad I got you back to reading comics.
a little help. So Tonga and the Bounty Hunters. This is Bounty Hunters 38. Tonga and the Bounty Hunters. Well, maybe I should go through the covers. Blah blah blah. Gist 1 in 50. Dom got the 1 in 25 because we knew that.
You knew that.
There's the covers. All right, Tonga and the Bounty Hunters are like they brought Valance to get to.
Could I address something with the covers real quickly
Yeah,
before you
go
go? Those connecting covers are becoming pretty popular. They're selling fast.
Well, there's a lot of them because there's plenty to come.
Uh-huh.
And I got my.
I don't know how big is that connection's going to be, but it's
Going huge.
so yeah, I can't remember why. Not that
I
I
got the
probably ever
camping
knew
team.
why they took Valance to get. I think he got overloaded by Vader or some bullshit. I don't know, but
Oh my
he's
God.
broken, so they take him to some droid colony as a last ditch attempt to get him fixed, basically. So that's kind of where we are.
Dom said this was getting better, and somehow each week it gets worse.
And there's also no Boba Fett or Jango Fett in for the last 3 weeks, and it's going to continue that way.
We do have Boss though, so there's that.
Great.
I like Boba.
So we begin with kind of a
This isn't that bad of a
flashback,
book.
I guess. This is what Star Wars likes to call then, so it's very vague. But back then, we have this droid place, colony,
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Thank you. And so we got the droid there, and he's talking to, I guess, what's a cyborg. And they're expecting a VIP visitor to come in.
Okay, so since Jedi didn't read the last book, this just picks up for where the last book was, where they're having, that come in. We already know that the droids tried to save somebody, and it's a humanoid, and they treat him like a humanoid, not a robot. Thank you, Jedi. Caught up. Very good.
So they're like, hey, this humanoid cyborg, like, hey, we should be nice to these people because they could be powerful allies. And then the real robot's like, shut up, bitch. I don't even know why you're here. But I think you're just here to watch, basically. So keep your trap shut. And this other guy's giving him the side eye because nobody likes to be told they're a bitch or whatever. So then he's also kind of, this droid's like talking out of that side of his mouth, while at the same time he's like, oh, welcome to the Haven, blah, blah, blah. Yep, it's General Grievous. You guessed it. He comes down there and they're like, hey, Grievous is like, talking to him, and they're like, welcome, even though kind of side mouth, he's like, I can smell this fucker from here. He stinks like fucking rotten meat. And the guy's like, nail it. I mean, just keep it quiet. And the droid's looking back at the cyborg like, I already warned you once. All right, just keep your shit to yourself. I don't want to hear it. So then the guy's like, says something about, hey, we don't need, I forget what he said. It's not important. But Grievous is like, okay, you want to get right to the point. We come here to offer you protection because we're the mob or whatever. And we need your help to build droids, parts, etc. And this guy's like, nah, I don't really need your help. And he says something like bad to Grievous. And Grievous is like, all right. And even the stupid battle droids are like, wow, that was rude. Roger, Roger. And so Grievous is like, okay, well, we're about to just throw down and have a
Did you read
dance-off
this
or
book at all?
Yeah,
He read it.
I just didn't know any about the backstory.
It's such a bad comic.
Yeah, pretty much the one guy goes, yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Just let him go.
Yeah, this is not
the guy's
anything
like,
in this
hey,
book.
man, be quiet. You know, we need these. We might need these allies or whatever. The cyborg, he's like, talk to the hand, dude. This is your last warning. I'm telling you right now. I want to hear you. So Grievous is like, all right, it's a dance off. Here's my moves. Let's go. And the other goes like, bring it. Let's go.
It's a dance off.
So then we have a now. So now we're back to now. This guy, the same robot's like welcoming the bounty hunter guys, Tonga and her crew. And because I guess Balance has been there for a while. They've been trying to fix balance at this place, and they're getting impatient. And what's that big robot guy's name? Dom's favorite. I can't remember. What's the name?
Dirge.
Dirge. Yeah, Dirge is like there, and he's like intimidating. And Bosk is getting he's impatient. And you got Tonga and her buddy. What's her name? With the stripes in her hair. That's not important. Anyway,
No, it's not important. None of them are.
so they're talking, and they're just like, "Hey, we'll hang out." Meanwhile, the droids are like watching them, see what's going on. And this one droid, who I guess at one time was the big bad, he's kind of all like jacked up now. He's not really the big bad anymore. We're pretty sure it's the cyborg that's running shit now, because he's got Balance all strapped up back there with tubes and stuff in him, like.
He's like the only robot with abs.
Yeah,
Dirge is such a waste of space in these comics. Like, bring in Dirge, and like Dirge does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Dirge is terrible.
Like,
Dirge is terrible.
Why do they include this? Don was so excited. Like, oh, they're bringing Dirge. It's gonna be great. He just sits there and says one word the whole book. Yep.
Dirge is bad. Dirge is bad in this comic. They actually need to reduce the amount of people.
We got this other character, the green character right there with the goggles.
The
up
morphing
there.
guy.
He's like a shapeshifter, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
shapeshifter it is.
It's really not important what her name is, but she's like,
That's
hey,
the comic book. It's really not important.
it's not important. So anyway, meanwhile, I guess they must have dropped off Forlom and.
Nope, that's not what happened. If you remember, because you read last month's book, which you did it. Forlom and Zuckuss decide they gave them an option. If they leave their weapons, they can walk around the place. And Forlom and Zuckuss decided that they were going to leave their weapons and walk around the place. There you go. Maybe it gives a little context to the book that you're reading if you read the one before. It is you're like right in the middle of a fucking arc.
All right, well, that's why I said I'm going to need your help.
No, I'm helping you out.
All right, so anyway, they're walking down and totally oblivious, I guess, because clanker droids don't make much noise when they're following you down the passageway. Totally oblivious that there's a butt ton of droids behind them, like getting ready to pounce or whatever. And then the mouse droid comes around and they say, oh, there's a mouse droid. Those things are pretty cute, but I wonder what they're doing here. Oh, shit, one of those spider things it jumped out. And Zuckuss, like, crunches it, like, all right, you owe me that. And Forlom's like, I didn't need your help. I'm the alpha here. And he's like, well, show it then, because there's like 1,000 more of these spider guys here. All right, well, I was just bluffing. I'm really not that tough, so let's turn around. Oh shit, there's a bunch of robots behind us. What are we gonna do? I guess we gotta fight, because they're gonna fight. Boom boom crack crack, boom boom shred, blah blah blah. They make a hole and they start running, but they still got all these people chasing them behind. Zuckuss is out of shape. All right, I mean he hadn't hit the gym in a while, so he's a little out of shape. So you gotta catch a breath.
Or that he's a mammal type species that depends on breathing, unlike robots, and he's been chasing by robots. You missed that fact, right?
Yeah, I know what
you missed that. It's not people chasing him; it's a bunch of robots, right? You saw like
I know what Zuckuss is.
They killed about 100.
He needs to be a little more in shape, right? I mean, I think I could have probably ran farther than Zuckuss. So anyway.
Dude, they killed 1,000 droids and then ran 2 miles. Doubt you could do that, Jedi. No, I do not think you could do that. No, do not agree. Disagree.
Back in my day.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, so they're running, and so they're like, okay, well, we're cornered now. What are we gonna do? And then Forlom's like, oh, wait a minute, there's escape pods over there. and then Zuckuss does like the real heroic thing, and he pushes Forlom into there and says, "Hey," because there's not enough room, I guess, for both of them. I don't know.
That sucks.
So he pushes him in there and says, "Well, if we both stay here, we're both going to die. You get in there because I forget why he wanted him to go in there because he's his friend or
The
whatever."
comic review is longer than the comic itself.
Yeah. This thing's going real long.
And
He threw him in the escape pod because he said, "Listen, if you aren't in the escape pod, you'll get infected. At least with me."
I know.
I
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
Well, you just said you don't know why he pushed him in there. That's why the fuck he pushed him in
It
there.
was coming back to me. It was coming back to me.
Once again, I think this is the truest
And then there
comment
was
of
like
the
a
fucking
touching
night.
moment where they like touched hands through the glass. It was real sweet. Had to wipe away a small tear. So then Zuckuss is like ready to make peace. He's like made peace, ready to meet his maker. And the droids don't even give a fuck about him. They're just like, yeah, whatever. You're a meat bag. I don't care about you. So meanwhile, Dirge is like back wherever they were. And Dirge is like, I think this other robot is dead because he ain't moved in like 4 hours. I think he's dead. So he walks up, I guess he pushes him, and he falls over. And then the one shapeshifter girl who's, trust me, we don't need to know her name. She's like, now look what you did, dummy. And he's like, what'd you say? She's like, oh, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Meanwhile, Tonga is like really depressed because everything she gets involved with goes to shit. Everyone she loves dies or whatever. And her buddy with the hair that no one can remember her name is like, hey, remember us? Idiot. I mean, why don't you try taking care of us? We're your crew. Stop worrying about other shit. So then meanwhile, Chopsticks. I forgot all about Chopsticks is there. And she's like, hey, check this out. Look at this. And oh my God! Meanwhile, back then, this is still going on.
This is 8 times longer than the fucking comic.
Grievous
is like the whole chain.
I actually used to like this comic. I fucking hate this comic now. I literally hate this comic now.
And Grievous is doing this stuff, and then Grievous is like, I can do this all day. And he's like, Grievous, get on there. He stands. My dick is bigger than yours. He goes, well, maybe that's true, but I got more dicks or whatever, something like that.
What are you talking about?
And so I got more robots. And so Grievous is like, well, that's true. I'm just gonna like step on your face and hop in my ship and get out of there.
This is like Mad Libs comics. He's just making this shit up.
That's not even stopping to breathe. He's just talking.
Back to the other robot. The cyborg is like still getting in this guy's face because he ain't learned his lesson yet, and he just like fucking smacks him and like, all right, I gave you, that's your receipt. I gave you plenty of warning. And you can tell by looking at this guy down at the bottom, he's like, all right, motherfucker, I ain't gonna forget this shit. All right, back to now. We got Valance.
This definitely is not the fucking Cliff Notes. I'll tell you that shit.
Valance shows up, and then Tonga runs up, and she's like, Valance, oh my God, I can't believe you're okay. You look so great, blah, blah, blah. And the other girl,
got a whole other fucking comic
is like, hey, that dude's clenching his fist. Better look out, because I don't trust him. So Valance is like, what'd you say? And he's supposed to start walking over there towards her, like getting in her face. And then the one girl, I told you, we didn't really need to know her name. She like gets in the way and is like shape shifts into Valance's like old girlfriend or something, thinking he can like calm him down. And Valance is like taking, and then he goes, "Oh, looks like you got a little something on your face." Boom! Like melts her face. Like holy shit! Look at that! Just totally melts her face off.
Added that. Nice.
And then we get Valance like standing there like now what? And everybody's just kind of looking at him like, and then to be continued.
Dude, this book was a decent fucking read, but what the fuck did you do to it? I don't know. It was not that long.
It was not good.
It was actually a good book. It was a good book.
Better. I applaud you, Jedi, for turning garbage into something.
No, this book was not garbage. Plus, they executed a couple of people. It was actually not bad.
Into coal and coal into diamonds.
No. This was, I don't know what the fuck you did, but you took a Cliff Notes and turned it into a fucking encyclopedia. That was a full-on dissertation. Hey, by the way, I can't wait to the next one. There was less words than that, and it was twice as fucking long. So if you had to go pee or take a shit, go do it now, because he's about to start this one. We'll be done in about an hour.
Gonna be
All right, here we go.
Chopper
Droids.
impersonation.
The D
Oh,
Squad
good
number. I think the D stands for dicks because all these guys were just total dicks in this.
I like this comic. This comic was a lot of fun. I really.
This is number
D
one.
stands for D's nuts. Let's go.
We got the Macomb 1 in 50. Don, did you get that one?
Yeah, I didn't get the 1 in 50 though.
All right, well that's a little shocking actually, but all right, so here we go. R2D2 is floating in space because C3PO kicked his ass and he broke off his antenna and shit. So R2D2 is floating in space and trying to figure out what works because C3PO jacked him up so bad it wasn't even funny. So he finally figures out that his little swishy thing works, so he can kind of maneuver. So he starts maneuvering, and he maneuvers right into an asteroid field, which is not a total loss because there is a transport ship in there who's been all busted up by the asteroids too. So R2D2 launches his little like magnet cable, catches it, and pulls himself in, and he finds Whack 47 in there, who's a pit droid, I guess, driving this thing, but the ship is all busted up from asteroids and stuff. And R2D2's like, don't say anything. He just makes himself at home and starts like turning buttons and switching knobs and stuff. And he's like, what are you doing? And R2D2's like, shut the fuck up. All right. I've done this like 1,000 times already. And so he's like, all right. So R2D2 fixes it and they jump into hyperspace. Then they end up going to Lego. There's a little consumer draw. Here's a little product placement for you. They go to the planet Lego. And on there, they're like walking around. What?
It's only important Clone Wars planet and the planet that little Annie talks about and saying, to Padme at the time when he's doing a pickup line.
Hey, don't ruin his storytelling. Zip it.
Thank you. That's so important.
That's irrelevant to this fucking thing.
Important to the story, Wayseeker. Thank you. So R2D2 like shows him a picture of the guy that kicked his ass, C3PO, and says something's wrong with my buddy because. So they're like, well, let's walk around. And who do they run into? They run into Chopper. Everybody knows Chopper, no explanation necessary. So they're like, oh, well, we got Chopper. Chopper's going to be, Chopper's a hero type. He's going to help people. So R2D2
let's go back to this thing. Why does R2D2 thinks that's C3PO? When all protocol droids look the same, he's like, oh yeah, this mean droid's got to be C3PO.
No, that's not what he said. He said, this is the droid I'm looking for. And they say, hey, we saw this droid. This is later. That's not right there. It's later.
C3PO. It's like every protocol droid looks the same. So like, how does R2 know that's C3PO? It made no sense. It was like, what?
No, Wayseeker, wrong. Stop. No, he is got a picture of what C3PO looks like, and that has C3PO.
No, that's not what happened. Because
and then they just showed a generic. They showed
this is the droid that's causing trouble, and then we later learned it's not. But like, but anyway, why would he think that? That made no sense to me. Why would he think that that's C3PO?
Wayseeker, I think what doesn't make sense.
What
doesn't make sense to me is you don't get the bit of this fucking segment. That's what doesn't make sense to fucking me.
No,
Jedi, continue. Jedi, please continue before he ruins it more. Go.
I will tolerate no more interruptions, Wayseeker.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jedi. Absolutely.
All right. So he goes, they find Chopper, and you think, okay, Chopper is going to be helped. No, because these two guys, they fucking hate each other. These guys do not get along at all. So they spend like a page and a half of this comic book arguing each other before the pit droid jumps in and says, hey, you guys should just be like, stop this stuff because you're making a scene and just tell the guy what's going on. So R2D2 shows him a picture of the protocol droid. And then kind of goes to this thing, he's all crazy.
See, there's the protocol droid now that's being shown. Wayseeker, you're out of pocket. Go ahead, Jedi. Go ahead. Out of pocket, Wayseeker.
Chopper basically says, I don't give a shit what's going on. It just rolls off. Chopper don't even care, which is, I don't know, that's kind of Chopper, I guess. So Chopper's like, all right. So R2D2 continues on, and he comes upon a transport ship with the droid from Disneyland in there. And this droid is like getting ready. R2's like, hey, you got to take me to so-and-so Gallows, whatever. And he's like, nope, I'm behind schedule. I got no time. He goes, but it's on your way. And he says, I don't care. I'm behind schedule. I kind of make up time. And what does R2D2 do? He zaps the guy and hijacks the ship. So he's just a little bit better than Chopper. Not much, just a little bit better. So they end up going to Gallows. They go shopping in a mall for some reason. They're just going up the escalator in a mall, and they run into these people that are running crazy, like screaming, and they're like, yeah, there's craziness going on over there. And R2-D2's like, oh, well, that's not C-3PO, but it is 000. So we get 000 back.
Yeah.
All right.
He's in the Afro comic already. He's already in the Afro comic. So why do we get him? When do we get him back?
Yeah, we get him back. All right. So anyway, now we get a little bit of a backstory on Ajax.
No, back from where? He's in the Afro comic currently. You don't read any of the comics.
Okay. All right. Calm down.
You just want to show a graphic.
Oh yeah, because he's
May I hug you? Wait, give me that hug.
Jesus.
All right. Anyway, we get a little bit of a backstory for Ajax. Ajax is on this moon or something, and he's fighting Jedi because he feels like
Chopper by far.
People are saying Jedi are that the Ajax is like a nuisance, and they're like talking trash about him. So the Jedi come in there and they start fighting, and Ajax is like holding his own against the Jedi until he meets the one Jedi that he can't hold his own again, and he gets his head cut off, and everybody leaves. And then I didn't really get this part with the Han and Chewbacca down there, like they found him, but then they didn't take him or something. I don't know. I didn't really get that.
You keep saying Ajax. If you say the Warriors, I'm just saying.
This is just showing the scene from the Han Solo comic.
Yeah, this is a flashback to the Han Solo comic.
And Revelation and Han Solo 8. So the story, they didn't want to retell the whole story, what happens in the Han Solo, so they just showed one panel.
Yeah, I didn't know Void Rivals was crossing over.
Then Ajax's buddy with the long head or whatever, he was there because apparently he didn't die because he ran off or whatever. So he finds like his memory or whatever, that little ball, I guess. And they take him to the droid factory and they $6 million man him and put him back together. This is
all rehash, yep.
Yeah, so then Ajax becomes like the leader of the sanctuary or whatever, and his droid with the long head that saved him, I guess it's like his best friend, but he's a little crazy, he's a little out there, no restraint. So he's saying, hey, we got to do this, that, and the other and kill people. Ajax is like, he's a little calmer now. He's like, hey, man, just relax. I got a plan, this and that. We got no peace, tranquility, man, peace. And he walks away, and then this other droid is like, yeah, you were too easy on him. You should have, like, spanked him or something. And Ajax is like, nah, he's my boy. Just, when I'm gone, take care of him. Make sure you don't get into trouble, do anything stupid. And the other guy's like, all right, whatever. All right, so Ajax goes back to the moon where all this stuff happened. So he's looking at the aftermath. He finds a flag that he was carrying. And I guess some farmers and some miners or something, they're on there now, and they like, hey, we heard stories about you or something. You're a bad dude. You need to get out of here. And Ajax tries to like say, no, I'm not that man anymore, blah, blah, blah. But they like attack him or something. So he like kicks their ass. Suddenly he's back with Luke. I didn't get this transition either. I didn't really.
This is what we have saw in the Star Wars comic. So it's picking up right at the end of the Star Wars comic.
Okay. So he's like talking to Luke, trying to explain himself that, hey, these guys tried to kill me. I didn't really have a choice but to defend myself. Luke is like, yeah, he's just like wanting to fight. So he ignites the lightsaber. Ajax like blocks it and stuff. They get into it. But Luke finally gets in a whack on him or something. So he like runs away or something. And then he's back in the sanctuary talking to his droid friend. And let's see what happens here. I don't even remember what happens. I don't even remember what's going on in this panel.
It's the end of the story. I don't remember all the story.
Yeah, he's like his head's hurting and stuff because he's like, I got, I've had a long day or something, and that's it. So.
No, it was the stupidest line ever. It's like, oh yeah, you've been really bad at this, but tomorrow you might be better.
Yeah.
So, like tomorrow you might not have vengeance in your heart. He's like, yeah, I know better than that. I'm gonna have vengeance in my heart because I'm no better.
Next up, I guess in this story of the droids is Afra 36. All right, speaking of Afra 36, that is new this week. We've got the Chew main cover. We've got the Gist 1 in 100, which is a version of the Clone Wars.
Don't do it, Dom. Don't do it.
Dom,
I like it. I like that cover.
Don't do it. Don't
Because this
waste
is
your money.
everything Dom has been talking about for the past month. Is this freaking owl and shit? You know damn good well Dom's getting this.
I'm getting.
It's like $220 pre-sale.
That's they all are.
I
for
get the
sale.
chew.
Don't
That's
do
what
it.
I did get the chew cover. The
That's actually the best cover, I think, is the Chew.
I like the
and the other stuff.
The
The VCO is pretty good too.
VCO, I like the VCO and the Chew. Choo 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 choo.
I mean, I got one of the normal coverages. Just
I hope
because
they
of
make
it.
a cover
I
like
don't
that
need
for
to-
the
Don't get the 1/100.
Cad Bane. The Cad Bane cover. I want a virgin cover like that. The Cad Bane.
Not why.
Tom,
I like it.
Tom, we talked about this.
Do you know it's probably
We're not
cheaper?
trying.
It's
We're trying
probably
to save
cheaper.
Brown's money.
It's probably cheaper to commish guests to just draw you that as a fucking picture than it is to get it or on a fucking blank.
And it's
It is.
totally way cooler.
You don't like the virgin cover? Get that autographed by Ashley Eckstein and Rosario Dawson.
I actually really do not like how Ahsoka looks on that cover. Her figure is.
And I don't wait in line, so
I don't want to talk about it, but that ain't right. And the owl is way too big.
fair.
Like, when is Morai that big?
Never.
Bigger than like twice her head.
Well, I don't
It's
think guests
coming down.
watch
It's in the
Star
back.
Wars.
It looks
But
bad.
its wings aren't the wings on that fucking owl. You never watched Clone Wars, so I'm or fucking
It's
Rebels. So I'm
itty
not-
bitty.
Neither
Oh,
one.
it's not massive.
yeah. It's got itty bitty wings like this.
It doesn't look like it.
It's just an art
It's
piece.
just the first cover of Morai, so Dom's got to get it. You know, like, it matters.
Is it?
First cover of Morai, yeah.
Oh wow, that doesn't matter. You sure? I thought I saw.
All right,
it in
we've
the
also got
cartoony one. Back
Mandalorian
in the
season
IDWs.
2, issue 4 in this one. I really couldn't tell. Brown was busy. Ryan Brown did a lot of these covers. I really couldn't tell from the sites I visited what was the main cover. It could be either of the two Brown covers other than the 1 in 25.
I'll teach you how to do it next time.
Well, the site I went to didn't label
It's the one
it.
on the. It's the one on the left. That's the A, because the other one says variant.
Okay, so the 1 in 25 is cool, I guess. Dom will probably get it, but it's nothing that we haven't seen. It's not like we haven't seen. I mean, I'm just speaking the truth. Dom will probably get it.
I'll probably get the 125. I'll get it for like 50.
It's better.
I
than
mean,
that.
we've seen. It's
Warren.
not a bad cover. I mean, it's not original in any regard, but it's not a terrible cover. It's pretty good.
That Warren is awful. That might be the worst
Yeah,
cover.
the
of all
Warren's
time.
bad.
No, I was talking about the owl, not Ahsoka. By the way, the wings on the owl really. That's
And also this week we have.
Yes.
God, you thought I needed help on the freaking bounty hunters. I haven't read this in like 2 years. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What this
I
is.
want this.
no, it's all right. They're kind of like one shots,
They're
and
one
they all
shot.
have to do with a stupid ass bear. So don't worry about it. You're not gonna.
I like
deal
the
with
It
it.
does have my Star Wars man crush in it, so I'll probably read it. But other than
Yeah,
that,
Voss is cool.
it's got Quinlan in it, so I'll probably check it out.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, that is very
But
interesting.
none of these are both. This is just A and B. There's no incentive for this one that I could tell.
No, they don't. do
Yeah,
it.
no, that's all they have is A and B.
Thrawn would just be such a bad sexual lover.
What's up, Dub?
All right, FOC this week we've got Dr. Afra 37.
What the fuck is wrong with Inhok Lee?
I know, all right? And Huckley's usually has
terrible.
good covers, but that is a horrible cover.
All flick.
The Annie-
She got
you know
some
what?
buck tooth.
The Annie Wu cover is nothing spectacular either, but I've always
Fuck, but it looks great,
you
right?
don't ignore
The
Afro
sorrows
125
in the
because
background.
they'll just jump
What?
up on you. And,
Yeah.
Huh?
I like it. What the fuck's wrong with Zitro? Never drew a lightsaber? That looks like a fucking. See, it looks like that
it's
doesn't
bad.
look good.
I
It's
didn't buy
bad.
any of these.
I
I
like
said
the British
I'm
cover.
not wasting my money on
You're not
it.
gonna get the Star Wars cover.
I like the
with,
Woo. The
that
Woo's
Star
looks
Wars right
good.
there behind Afra in the Woo in the Annie Woo cover.
Yeah, the Woo cover. There's your
I
girl
can see
Star
the
Wars.
Wu cover
Girls
taking
love-
off. I'm not
Yeah.
personally. I'm not crazy about it, but I can see. it
I
taking
actually really like it. I might actually buy it, to be honest with you. I
No.
like it that much.
Which one? The Woo?
The Woo,
The Woo.
yeah. Super cool.
It's like an animation type of.
Fuck is wrong with the other two fucking assholes?
I actually like the mall cover too.
No,
And
the
fuck
mall
it.
cover's
Dude, they
awful.
can't even drive a lightsaber. Look at that fucking. The fuck are you talking about?
What's wrong with it?
You're kidding me, right?
What's
I
wrong?
don't
with
have
it?
enough time. You're kidding me? How the lightsaber is like big and chunky at one end, and then it gets down like it's a
Is,
fucking.
is that version
popsicle?
an incentive or is it
It's
just
a 1 in
just
100. I think
it
it's
is
a 1 in
100.
100.
Yeah, it's a 1 in 100.
Dom will get it. Don't worry.
I will
Well,
get it.
good luck with wasting your
And it'll
money on that
probably
piece
worth,
of shit.
probably worth maybe $10 in a year from now because it's
Hey, listen, you think I care? My
Eh,
personal
1 in
collection
100,
I don't give a
45.
shit. You're gonna cry when you look for it down the road. Oh, Dom, you have an extra one. Get out of here.
I've never done that
Yeah.
before.
I've never once asked. No, never, not once, not once,
No, listen,
never.
Marco, I know if you ever want to get it, you'll get it down the road because you know people.
All right, we
It's
got
basically-
the Star Wars Dark Droids D-Squad number. I put number 39. I don't know why I put that on there. But
Hey, look, they got another one of those 1 in 50 for the Tom Really. You know, if you
Yeah,
looked at
I
what's
didn't.
going on
I
with
didn't
150.
finish editing that. This is number 2, I believe, right? So
Yeah,
It is.
Ignore the
Yeah.
39. Ignore the 39. No incentives on this one that I saw. At least not. nothing
That
yet that I
D
saw.
Squad, that Tom Riley is a 1 in 50.
That's a 1 in
Isn't it?
50. Okay.
It's whatever it is. It was the last ratio too, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was. It was the
I don't
ratio.
think the last Riley was a ratio that I. It may be. I don't know.
Wasn't that the one that had C3PO?
It got R2 on it.
Or R2 in the wing, in the X-wing.
I would scroll up to it, but it would take forever. So.
R2 in the X-wing. Holy fuck! It just came out this week, guys. Okay, all right, go ahead. Sorry, Jedi.
I mean,
Okay.
I think it's on the first cover page, but I don't want to scroll all the way back up there and look at it. And that's it.
It came out this week. You just asked Dom if he bought it.
The Riley?
No, you got the R2 book.
Yeah, what was the R2 book?
The Riley, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
let
right
me
here.
find it.
Yeah.
Is it 1 in 150?
No, it's right here.
Was it 125?
No,
It's just a regular, right?
Oh.
Regular cover. Did I get
Yeah.
it? Did I get it? No, I left it. I didn't pick it up this week. Now I got.
No, it was the one.
It's not. It's a regular book. It's a B. It's the C cover.
All right, let's go.
it's right here. It's a regular book from what I
Which
saw.
is this
I
one?
didn't see
No,
it.
Tom Riley is this one right here with him on it.
Yeah, that's the one I have. But that's
That's just the regular.
That was the
No,
one in
the-
one.
the
Okay,
one was
yeah,
the
the
one
one
in
150 was the one corner. Okay. All right, there we go. That Riley's cool though. Either way. What is that Chinese?
no. That's somebody walking by my my camera on my door on my phone.
Oh, yeah. Finally, writers back to work. Okay.
I'm tired.
Oh, hey, really?
Oh, nice.
Hey, good
Okay.
job. Let's go. Did they
Go.
get paid their money? Please tell me they got paid their
I
money.
know
Pay
they
those
said that
fuckers.
the studio said they're giving their final offer today, but I don't believe it.
Oh.
I hope.
All
I
right.
get a notification on that. So
Dom, you got toys? No toys.
Yeah,
No,
toys.
He does. He's got toys. Relax.
Is
Toys.
Is that JJ down below? I don't know who the person is below.
What?
I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
wait a minute,
probably
yeah.
is.
all right. So this is so a new Mando.
Is that JJ?
I don't know.
It's
We just said
me.
somebody.
JJ?
That's me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Hello.
So we have a new Mando statue from Gentle Giant and Diamond Select coming out.
It says it's me, JJ.
It's
Go
pretty
ahead,
cool.
See, that's why I made comics so long because I wanted to give JJ plenty of time to get on.
For the toys.
You're
And we have mini, okay.
Come on, you know what that giant Funko is? Wait, it's on
We
his
got
left.
the
It's fucking Boba Fett.
what the one here?
Dom, don't get distracted. I already said it's Boba Fett.
So it's you have the mini bust Vader without its helmet, which about $80, and you have
Oh,
another
shit.
Vader. Wait, okay, you got that. That's dropping soon. I don't know when it's dropping, but it's coming soon. You got the Vader from the cartoon from season 7 of the Clone Wars when Vader went out after Ahsoka disappeared, even the snow on the planet. I like this kind of like the ice on the
Looks like
bottom.
he's floating on an iceberg. That's weird.
No, he was walking on the planet that it was ice. It was
I know what it
snowing up.
is, but I'm saying the way they present it in this picture is kind of weird looking.
It's kind of cool.
Looks like he's on
Vader
an
looking
iceberg
up.
floating.
He's looking up. And here we go. You have
Oh, there you
Where's
go.
Jerome?
where is Rome? Where is he?
Wow, that is bad.
That is fucking bad.
What is
Yeah,
going
that's not
on with
good.
the smile? When does
That's how he
I ever
smiles
look
in his
like
teeth.
that?
Doesn't he kind of look like a crossover?
My friend.
No, he looks like a crossover.
No, that is super
It looks like a
creepy.
Denosin and him. Yeah. Who makes this?
This is Gentle Giant and Diamond Select.
So it's like $75 for this fucking thing.
$80.
Get the fuck
Limited
out of
3,000
here.
pieces. 3,000 pieces
You
limited.
can limit it to whatever the fuck you want. It sucks.
All right.
No, it's not all right.
No, he says all right.
just
He
did
says
the
yeah,
only
it's
one.
all right.
The only Funkos. So this 4-pack is in Europe.
I like. Oh, never mind.
You can only get this in Europe. It comes with a flock Chewbacca, and it's a 4-pack from Europe. And then they had their was it Target had their like
What happened at Target, BK?
They had like their Target Con, and these are the last pieces to Jabba's scuff. So they have
cool.
Boba Fett, which I gotta get. Definitely have to get. Say updated to that. So.
Hey, hang on. We were so. I want to go back to this. Sorry, Marco. So
Go.
what are you doing?
Where do you want me to go back to?
I got it.
Okay.
Don't touch anything. So we were so distracted by how bad the fake.
Marco.
Trolling.
We were so distracted by how bad the face was, we didn't notice him actually being nice, but hiding the blaster behind his back. I kind of like that, actually.
I like that.
Even though he's not really hiding it.
We
But
noticed
you
it, but
can
it
see
sucks so
behind his
bad.
back. There's no hiding it where you can see what the.
No.
I know, but that's typical. I mean, but that's Hondo though. He's
Yeah.
friendly, but he'll shoot you in the back. So
Yeah,
anyway,
you will. I'm fine with that, but like, yeah.
Yeah. So
How much
Hasbro had their
what's that
post
Boba Fett
con.
gonna cost you?
The Boba Fett is like $24.
All right.
So then Hasbro had the PulseCon, and I watched bits and pieces of PulseCon, and
Did you?
I really do hate the Star Wars guys.
Oh yeah,
I
Charles and
really
James, they're fucking
do
horrible.
hate them because they get so hyper friggin' excited for shit. I can look. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna take my glasses off of this crap. Yes, they gave us 2 figures that we wanted for the Black Series, but they did not give soft goods. They gave plastic shit, and the soft goods it would have made the figure 100% better.
What were the figures? What figures?
Figures were Baylan and Shin. Here's the Baylan figure,
Oh yeah, that sucks giving them plastic.
and
How the fuck long is his fucking sword?
I was wondering that too. That's a long ass.
What
lightsaber.
the
Yes.
fuck?
you have that, and then
Hey,
look,
what
the
are you gonna do?
the Baylan figure looks really
some of
good.
us have long
Shin,
lightsabers.
Look at her face. They didn't get her face.
Holy fuck! They fucked that up.
They rushed this
Yeah,
shit. They didn't put any time.
Everything good.
They did no face recognition on this, what they usually do. So I'm kind of pissed because of the soft goods.
Oh my
I'm still gonna get
god,
them.
that really looks like Jedi. You got to buy this
I told him
motherfucker.
he has to get it.
That 100% looks like you because they gave you more chubby in the face, like in the cheeks.
Yeah,
That's you.
yeah. So
That's
yeah,
you.
You just yelled at somebody for fat shaming earlier. You're
I didn't say fat. No, I didn't say you're fat. I just said that. Well,
Hey,
you just
Jedi, didn't I
your
send you
face
this?
is structured a little
I
chubbier.
sent you that figure 1, 2, 3 once it dropped. I said, "Yo, Jedi, your figure finally arrived." But
I still haven't opened that Instagram, but yeah. I'm joking.
Oh, they
Sorry.
botched the fuck.
well, shit, I don't know.
Hey,
Shin's face?
you know what it
Hey,
looks
kid.
like? You know, do you ever see like those cartoons where they do like the shorts and
Yeah.
the French always have a short? This
Yeah.
looks like every fucking character that the French artists draw as a
Yeah.
female.
I'm kind of pissed that I
Ron,
hope
can you explain what you mean by soft goods? Because I don't know.
soft
I don't
goods.
know
It's
that
the
term.
the soft goods. It's like the nylon, like regular shirt, like regular like art clothing type of thing. That's
Oh, okay. So you
So
wanted
for
it to
their
have-
little robes,
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
a robe
soft.
over the
It'd
hood.
be
material.
cloth,
They messed
not
up on
hard
that.
plastic.
It's all plastic.
Got it. Okay.
I'm just hoping that this is coming out to the spring of 2024. They could do something before it actually drops. Maybe they can fix the face up a little bit on this and give
It's ready to go, dude. They don't fucking box that shit out in concept, dude. When they
Yeah.
already have all the shit on the box, it's not. They show the box separate. They wouldn't show the fucking figure in the box.
Even the
with the
picture on the
plastic wrap.
side, you can't really see it, but we talked about it Friday.
She got a
Even the
smile.
picture on the side doesn't look right.
She's smiling.
Yeah.
It's like, she always has that like look. But anyway, so they dropped these figures because I know they were in high demand, and then they came out with more.
What the fuck?
They released the archive figures again
Nobody
because
cares.
supposedly Bo-Katan, the Imperial Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, and Luke were hard to get. And now look, they dropped this is the Darth Vader from New Hope, right? Now go to the next thing. Pipeline reveals another New Hope Darth Vader. Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, this is just trash.
A Mandalorian, the 9,000 Mandalorian, a Phase 1 Clone Trooper, which is actually pretty awesome, and a Mandalorian Night Owl, which
It was red because they don't have orange lightsabers.
yeah.
So
So
the toy maker doesn't.
so basically, the pipeline reveals were like You can go to the next thing.
Zaggy does like crazy eyes.
So now we got a couple of vintage figures. So they have Director Krennic. You know,
Who's asking for this?
what are they coming out? They already have a
Whoever asked for this? Nobody in their life has ever been. You know who I want to hang out
We
with?
say this every time.
They have a
It's like
Chopper.
we
They
say
made
that.
Chopper for the Ahsoka series,
All right.
and then they have Yulang.
Yeah, who nobody's gonna fucking buy, even though fucking Wayseeker's like, oh yeah, I love this fucking robot.
Yeah,
I'll buy
would
this one if
No,
once
I'm
it
just
goes
saying-
like on sale. I'll
Ruben,
buy
I'm
this
not saying if it's Bobby, I'll buy it, but I'm just saying they're making two the same Vaders at the same time. So they came out with Jedi Knight Revan and HK 47
Well, at least they got an HK.
on the new the new Star Wars Galaxy Hero cards. Well, this is the good Raven, the light Raven. They never made the light Raven on a card. They only made the Revan twice. I said Raven. Revan. So they have Cal Kestis Imperial Officer. Which
Oh, this is for vintage. Nobody gives a fuck about vintage.
pretty
line,
cool.
dude.
They have a Mandalorian Judge, but the Phase 2 Clone Trooper 4-pack. Now that's something I'm interested in.
Yeah, except for it's vintage, and vintage is bullshit.
Yeah, it's the and this is pretty cool. The Clone Captain Rex's electric helmet.
Except for these things are like $140 now.
Yeah.
Instead of
Well, actually, did you
$80.
see Trapper Wolves
no.
in Aldi's $29?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, in
Where?
Aldi's.
I gotta go. Well, go buy them.
I gotta go get an Aldi's. I gotta find one.
I'm gonna go. try to buy 'em.
$29, dude. Can't go wrong with that for a helmet.
right.
Yeah. So this is dropping. Sabine's lightsaber. That's coming out. Which you see, this is the thing. I was actually really sitting down contemplating about this stuff. Remember when Star Wars toys just came out? They didn't make a big scene of it. They just came out to put them on the shelves. You had your hot characters. You had your characters that they mass produced this and that, and no one said a thing. When they do shit like this, it takes away the fun of collecting because you go out there and you're paying $27 for a goddamn vintage figure. The day was $2, and you're paying that much money for I'm waiting for the Star Killer figure
Well,
too.
I'm not paying that much for this horse shit.
So they dropped the Star Killer $110. It sold out on it sold out already, I believe.
Really?
Man, I didn't even bother getting it. Going for it. I'll wait. And then this dropped. So they're doing the Topps 1966 card, what they look like for 1966, Star Wars style, which they're pretty good. They have like the 1 in 50, the 1 in 100, the 1 in 1s and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I actually like this baseball card style set. I love these cards. When back in the day, I used to like these cards the way they were made. And when they made like the new updated version of baseball, I bought them back in the day. But they're doing the Star Wars, the 1966.
What else you got?
So here,
Get the
got
fuck
Dave
out of
Filoni's-
here with this horse shit.
Dave Filoni's hat. No, this was actually bullshit. I just seen this and I had to put it up on there. Dave Filoni's hat.
That's a joke, right?
It is a joke. It is a joke.
Okay.
Oh, it's a joke.
Move this man!
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I
That better be
think
the
that's it. That's it.
That's it. All right. Now let's go what everybody's here for.
Yep. Let's do it.
Should we do the review of
Let's
the
do
fucking
it.
horrible books?
It's a land of dreams and madness.
The book's great. What are you talking about? We can do the book.
I didn't use fucking JJ's. I don't think I used whatever. Like I said earlier. Thank you to TMT, cool guy. Thank you to Sticks, and thank you to JJ. I'm not checking clearance. Holy
Man,
shit! There's
really?
a lot of
Was
shit
it worth
clearance.
that much?
Huh?
Never mind. I forgot I wasn't muted. I'm looking
All
at
right.
the Thrawn book that I have, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, it's worth a lot, huh? Thrawn's doing good. So it starts off with from fucking now hyperspace. I guess is fucking Pink Floyd.
No, well, I think it's through the eyes of the
into the wall.
the Purgles through their eyes is what they see when they go through. That's what the I took.
Well, thank you for making up some fucking word salad to try to explain why we have fucking rainbows and fucking hyperspace.
I'm just saying the Purgles
right.
seeing it.
And then Ahsoka's changed so much that she just
These are mine.
are they?
Yeah,
Oh shoot! Let me go back.
because I purposely caught one of her like being patty face again.
Did you add that one in? Hold on. Let me see if I can get my other one in. Yeah, I did the same thing. Dude, let's see if we both did the same. Hold on. See if we both added in the same
We're gonna go through
slides.
it twice.
Yeah, we're gonna go through side by sides because I think we added in the exact same slides. Oh, you did that? Oh, I did it under this. Here, let me see. I pulled yours up too. Okay, cool. Well, I've used all yours. There you go, JJ. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. 'Cause I
Yeah.
did the exact same. I think I used the exact same fucking 2 slides to explain the intro to both of them. If this ever processes. Anyways, we'll go to yours to get to third till the other one processes in. All right. So I know people are saying, "Wow," but this probably got to be the best episode because this is all we got out of Ahsoka, right?
The Book of Boba Fett her. Yes. They did
Well,
it to
I
her
like
too.
we're way back to like no emotion Ahsoka. Like, wasn't the last one supposed to be like the uplifting?
Well, she doesn't.
Yeah.
She's just sitting there contemplating because she's thinking about that. She's saying that Sabine betrayed her. That's what
She
she's
wasn't.
thinking.
No,
Contemplating, she was pouting.
JJ's right. This was very disappointing, and if this is the direction it's going, episode 5 is a waste of space. And like I said before, so
Why?
I
Why?
really hope.
Why?
I really hope this isn't the direction it's going, but this did not bode well
Why?
because it was Ahsoka being distant, and she didn't want to tell a story or hear a story. It was
just stupid. It was good we
Bullshit.
didn't have to deal with it for a couple minutes. Did you go next to the prison?
No.
No, you
I
just
don't
kept
know.
dealing with it.
I like
don't
what he
remember.
was saying. When he was saying,
Hey, all right.
wait, go back to Galaxy Far, Far Away when he was such a meta moment when he was saying a long time ago in a Galaxy Far. We saw the story, so he was actually
Yeah.
saying the intro.
That was
You-
interesting. I don't know. That was more
come on.
like just fan service. I don't think it really matters that much.
Yeah, that whole
Just
part.
having-
That whole part
do
didn't matter.
not get into
Meta
that
moment
theory
right
that everybody's saying.
It's a meta moment. That's it.
Yeah, it's a meta.
What?
Okay,
A
the
meta
theory
moment.
is that
When the show mentions its own
Oh, okay.
yeah.
self kind of thing.
Okay.
I
Wow.
don't know the exact
Well, I'm glad they could have done that for us because it really made a difference. Forgetting those first couple minutes, we go to see, and I had her bondage because apparently Sabine bondage is a new thing that people enjoy. So
Yes. All you
there
need
you
is
go.
shit there to go behind her. Let's go.
yeah, I swear to God,
And you
JJ.
get fucking Baylan fucking creeping on her.
Creepy.
Dom, anytime you want to cut the fucking slides, you can cut them. So
I'm just
you
saying.
get Baylan going back and
How
forth.
bad that would be. It would just be
Oh,
butts.
geez,
and that's
it's horrible.
it. The whole episode.
I do think, like, if you look at I did find it very interesting. I don't know. JJ probably didn't cut as many as I did because I ended up cutting 70 slides on this. Oh shit!
Like
What
50,
happened
I
there?
think.
Yeah, so I did a lot of the look. Like, I don't know if you guys were noticing a lot of looks back and forth between Shin and Baylan. There's a lot of things going on in here. So they talk about going back there. The droids are like, "Oh, we're about to pull out of hyperspace. Here we go." And by the way, if hyperspace was only because of the whales, then Dom, why the fuck is there a hyperspace fucking Rainbow Planet 2?
What?
Look in the background. Look right there. They're in hyperspace pulling out of it, and it's rainbowed also. You said that was because it was through the view of the Purgos.
I'm just saying it's a different type of thing. They're going to a different
It's
type
rainbows
of
instead of blue now. It's just the way it is.
I'm just saying.
So they show up on a fucking planet. I thought that was kind of all right. How they like, hey, look, this is the planet where the Purgos go to die or fucking this and
I
that.
thought that
It
was
made
that was good.
Or
They
did a
explained
really-
that in one line because I was kind of wondering like why can't they just like hop on the Purgles to go back?
Let me tell
whole
you something. Can I say this real quickly? This episode, I'm fucking spoiling. This episode's what I wanted. They explained everything in one fucking line. They fucking went
Not
outside of the Skywalker bullshit. It was fucking great, bro. So they explained the one line. They get there. What? Jedi hated it, of course. What? It
No, I
looked
thought there was
great.
a but. My only problem was if the
Yes,
space
John,
whales
that's
die in space, do they really decay because you're in space? It's a vacuum. Do you really decay?
Well, apparently
Down
when
the
they're
road.
around
the
that
Anyway.
question is,
maybe
how long
something's
do I
eating them.
have to harvest their meat when they die?
No, it was like I think it was because I think they were trying to explain it because of how it orbits around the planet. It decays their
Maybe
fucking
that's
meat.
maybe
I
that's
just
maybe that's
I
how
noticed
Thrawn's
that. I
survived.
didn't let it bother me though. I was like,
Maybe
whatever.
Thrawn
This is not-
ate all that Purgo meat, and that's how he was able to survive and got a little fat.
Anyways, so they're like, "Hey, go get her.
buffet.
You
We
got it.
promised her. We're not gonna kill her. Let's take her in on the ship." They fly in with their ship.
Man, damn.
They're like, "No sushi again, damn." So they're like, "Let's go check this planet out." They fly down, and there's a lot of cool looks going back and forth. Especially, I had a feeling that Shin at this point was thinking like, kind of like the jealous Padawan that like she might have been thinking that Sabine was kind of going to be a new Padawan type scenario. Why she's still around
Mine
here?
is more
The-
of distrust to me.
She
Like,
doesn't like
she's-
this.
She
Shin
doesn't
doesn't
trust
like
the
it.
witches. She doesn't trust Morgan.
Oh, she
I
definitely
don't
doesn't
think
trust the
any of it.
witches. Yeah.
I
don't
think
think
she's
she trusts
actually
any of
thinks
them.
Shin is part witch. I think.
Well,
she's-
I think there's another. I think Dom's theories are all gobbledygook, and that like, to be honest with you, Baylan has a different type of plan here. But I did find it really cool how they're going to this planet. And you know what? You got to give it to Dom. He didn't probably even know he said it, but in one of his ramblings, he said, well, what would happen if this is where the witches came from? You never know. Come on.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say,
Dom got one right.
I can become Dom's apprentice. There's actually a couple things he kind of got right.
He kind of got this one right.
Yeah,
he didn't even fucking remember it because he says so much dumb shit. But like,
yeah, the problem is he writes
right.
new theories over his old ones. If he just
he did write a new theory over this one, but like a long time ago, he said, "Well, what happens if they go to a planet and that's where the sisters are from, and that's where it was?" And I thought they did a great job with this.
I definitely.
They land and there's now this is really whatever. I mean, it was okay. I'm gonna say it's okay. It's very 300 reminiscent. It's very Oracle reminiscent. Like we have the sisters there, but while they're talking and they're doing their circling thing,
in Star Wars copied Zack Snyder and not the other way around,
right? Oh shit! There you go. No, he didn't predict exactly what happened. That's not. If you go back and watch what he said, it's not exactly what he said. But
a few grains of truth, but
yeah. But the sisters go, "Hey, I feel for a Jedi." And when you look at it, I try to cut down these scenes. They're looking directly at Baylan for this whole time, and you even see this Shin's mouth where she's like, "Oh fuck!" They figured it out. But even Sabine's looking over there.
Yeah,
but then the Night Sister looks, huh?
You're about to get to it, I think, but this definitely bothered me. This thing.
But then the Night Sister turns over to look at Sabine, and then they wrap Sabine up. She's the Jedi. Or
the fact that she said this one reeks of Jedi when you've actually got a Jedi and a Padawan standing right next to Sabine. Those they don't stink of Jedi. I was like,
well, I'm telling you, there's more to Baylan and Shin. That's what I'm trying to say. They're
yeah, but that's not what we're arguing about. We're arguing that the witches were weird.
Yeah, that part didn't add up. But
the one girl that doesn't have any force powers is somehow the Jedi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. I think they're trying to foreshadow stuff here because we do know that. I mean, I actually think it's kind of funny because I think Baylan's a way seeker. I think that's the case with Baylan, is that he's a way seeker. Anyways, Wayseeker left as soon as he did, so it probably means true. Though, like, we're gonna go trap her underneath for some reason because Baylan's like, well, we did make a truce with her. Okay, And then he's like, listen, what are we doing here? When's Thrawn coming? I thought this Apocalypse Now bullshit was fucking great.
That was cool. And
I will say I'm very glad. I was thinking like he would show up at the end of this episode.
No.
I'm so glad we didn't have to like wait through a whole episode of whatever exposition they wanted to put in there for him to show up.
Yeah, I thought
they did it like
once again. I mean, I thought the pace of this was probably, if they keep doing this shit, this is the shit we want. I mean, I don't know, man.
And I think it was awesome how they fixed the ship. All the areas in gold were all with the Purgle when they took the ship out, how it was all fixed with the gold. That's really cool.
Yeah, gold must be abundant on this planet though, because
I know because everything exactly.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, Dom. So anyways, as you see, it's the original ship that they just fixed up. It lands on top. This was kind of weird, but I liked it because it made sense how they could like land in and land out by moving this ship over to the top. And then we get to see it. I mean, it makes perfect fucking sense. It was a Star Destroyer. There's millions of people on a fucking Star Destroyer.
But they
guess
all
what?
died.
Huh?
Think about millions of people. Look, all this stuff, the ship, they fixed the ship. But you have to understand, that ship was taken through hyperspace, destroyed by the Purgle.
Well, it wasn't destroyed by the Purgle.
Apparently it wasn't.
Apparently it's not.
I'm just saying, but where did this is my thing.
No, stop down. Stop. We're not, hold on. We're not Crazy Town yet. We can do Crazy Town later. So it was really cool because you actually see it and it makes perfect logical sense. Holy shit. They would, of course, have a bunch of TIE fighters in there. They would be stocked with tons of stormtroopers. As you see, they have been repairing their shit that Dom already spoiled with gold. He insert joke about, wow, gold is abundant fucking here. Okay, we did that already because fucking Dom too early, as usual, pre-shoots.
I just said the ship.
And it was really also cool how you see it because it's very realistic. If these guys have been in hyperspace for decades, they're piecemealing together their fucking stormtrooper outfits.
Can you explain the gold face though? Why was his face like that instead of just constructing it like?
Because they need to sell new toys.
Huh?
Sell new toys.
So there's actually no reason why his face would look like that.
They already had a gold armor stormtrooper, so they had to do something.
They just had it. I mean, if you look,
I was just wondering if there was something there. that I didn't that I missed somewhere and didn't understand. in
No.
the Rebels or whatever. As to
If you
why
look
this,
if you look at his helmet, it's 3 different helmets, anyways, put together. It's the
And he has
pilot
red.
helmet. It's
He has
the
red
armor
behind the
helmet.
gold.
It's the armor helmet, and then it's the helmet for like the what's the fucking guy? The
Well, none of the
guard
stormtroopers
guy.
have that. None of the night troopers.
what are you blabbering? Why are you talking over to me while Jedi asks a question? I'm trying to explain
I'm
it.
saying because you were talking about the.
No. Why are you blabbering over me while Jedi asks a question? I'm trying to explain it.
What was you saying?
So that's what it was. I mean, yes, I get it. So they're piecemealing all the stuff together. As you can see through most of the stormtroopers, a lot of them are piecemealing. Obviously, they want to distinguish that one because he is supposed to be the right-hand man and the guard for it. He's also wearing a skirt, I might add, which is interesting because I think he stole it from Boba Fett. Okay, Dom, go ahead. What were you saying now?
I was saying the fact is that he has the helmet. It's different from all the other stormtroopers. Obviously, he must be something else that was prior on the ship. Maybe possibly a royal guard. A royal guard that
No, they literally came out to say that he is the captain. He was Thrawn's captain on this ship. They have actually come out to say that. Also, very interesting too. Did you guys notice what's in the background right now? Those are the advanced TIE fighters that Thrawn has. Do you see them?
Yep.
Underneath. That's pretty fucking cool.
Defenders.
oh yeah,
Defenders, right?
Yeah, the defenders. That's fucking cool too. I thought this was cool. I thought all of it, like, this is kind of like, there's stuff that they brought up in some of the books and in past books too about like the remnants of the fucking Imperial Army. And this really puts the point. I'm kind of glad they did this. I thought it was cool. The scale of this is unfucking believable. I don't know how they're going to explain all the gold on the fucking planet that Dom and Jedi have been talking about.
And red fabric.
And red.
A lot of red fabric.
Well, the red fabric from the witches. Think about it.
We don't know it came from this planet. There could be other planets too that they've been.
Or it could have come from their strongholds. I mean, it is a whole fucking. Think about this. Like, if you've ever heard about it before, they've actually touched this in a bunch of books. How like these are their own cities, like their own, like it would be like an own country having on this.
Yeah.
And that
there's a lot of things they're not going to explain unless it comes out in like an encyclopedia book later or something. Like, how the hell does the starship even have fuel at this point? It's been running for like 5 years.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why they're probably having the hyperspace ring is because they probably either low on fuel, how much everybody loves that fucking scenario, or that their hyperspace got injured during the Purgle thing, as Dom said earlier.
No, they just
fucking
don't know how to
Purgle's
get
trashed the
back.
fuck out of the plane. What?
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to get back because of New Galaxy. Even
Well,
they need a path, and there is no hyperspace path.
Fair.
I don't think it's.
I mean, I don't think we
also,
need,
like,
but I think
is the
all that
ship-
shit's way too deep in the weeds, right? Like, we don't need to
is
get
the
into all
ship
that
space
shit.
bound? Like, I mean, yeah, you can put it in maybe the hyperspace ring, but like, I wonder, like, because it is a 3
Well,
days.
it flew from some place to here.
But it's in atmosphere right now. It's not in space.
Right. I think that's
Okay,
too into the weeds too. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing because there was a theory out there, or I shouldn't say. I guess you can say theory that some of the viewers might have seen and bought into, and I just kind of like to put the squadouche on it right now. That the guy in the gold face helmet is Eli Vanto, because it's not. There's no way he would be wearing a stormtrooper.
There's not. No, it's not.
He wouldn't be there. He wouldn't be there.
Yeah, he wasn't on board the ship.
Zombies don't talk.
Yes, they do. Merrick talked. He was a zombie. He was a dust when he got shot.
When did Zarek talk? When did he talk?
Merrick, when he talked, he was talking. He goes, "As you wish." He talked. He was a thing made up by the witches. So these are all manifestations of the witches. These are all.
They're not manifestation of the witches.
They resurrected.
They're real people that were on the ship that have survived.
They literally were real people on the ship,
and he
this
said
is
that
why
our numbers have declined. It's not they all died and we had to do.
No, and by the way, they were seen taking coffins away.
Yes, coffins is something either night, either
no, because people died. It was to show you. Oh my fucking god! It was to show you that people that they're taking the coffins away. He goes, our numbers have depleted. Literally showing you dead fucking people.
The catacombs. They're taking the witches.
No
witches or something else.
The easiest solution is 99.9% times the right solution.
Holy shit!
But you have to go with like the most convoluted.
No, it's because there's a certain channel he watches that I then have. I watched it today, and they tried to sell that shit again by using the most illogical logic I've ever heard in my life.
Theories that come up on these damn things. I'm always looking at. I've looked at this shit thing like 5 times already. I was dissecting this episode.
That's fine. You can believe it, but why don't you just go with the most logical solution?
They're dead. They're dead. Zombie troopers. I'm telling you.
That's not the most logical
It's-
scenario.
Just
I'm
go
telling
with what's
A
most
lot of
logical.
zombies.
Listen, every
That's
word.
a lot of
you
zombie
have to
for
watch
three
every word he
ladies.
said. Thrawn is not the same man from the books. He's not the same man from freaking Rebels. He's changed. There's something that scared him.
Yeah,
and
he fucking ate 16 pies.
He ate a bunch of Purgil.
And
That's
he
not
got
by
some
Boba
fucking
Fett's palace somewhere.
weird fucking hair job. Yeah, all right, AOA.
I
Well,
think he's pretty much.
I have a jar full of dollars. I have a jar full of dollars that say Dom's wrong.
I'm gonna completely put Dom's theory out of the realm of possibility. Like I can see
not
it
either.
somehow being Filoni wedged in there somehow, but I don't know. Like we never got a full explanation for what the hell Marek was, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't even know if that was really Night Sister smoke. It's just been like Dave Filoni
green
imagination
smoke.
pumped
It's
out of
green
him. I don't
energy.
know. But
Yeah, but you don't know that. And then either way, so we get Thrawn. This is good. Thrawn starts to talk to Baylan. Baylan bends down. You can see it, I made sure I got every clip that had
okay,
what's her name? What? Go ahead.
Shin.
I was gonna say
Shit in it.
I want everybody to take note that somehow he knows who Baylan's skull is right here.
Yes, he does.
He
And
does.
then let's wait. I'm not done yet. Wait till the end, and I'll go over another point that I thought was really freaking weird.
Yeah. So, but if you look,
makes sense. Thrawn knows everything. So I have no doubt that Thrawn would know who Baylan was because he had a good record and understanding.
No,
That's
yeah,
not what I'm
I'm
I-
arguing,
no.
though. Wait till the end.
did he
I'll go
say
over it.
something about the records? I remember you from the records. If not, it happened in my
No,
head.
I don't think
He
so.
fought in the Clone
Well,
Wars.
it happened in my head.
You
Where
were a general.
hold on,
But
Dom.
he,
Hold on.
he wasn't
hold
there
on,
for the Clone Wars.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said something about something, and it made sense that he would know because he reviewed all the records on the
Yeah.
Jedi.
I don't have any
So,
problem with him.
I have no
knowing who he is,
problem
but
with that at all.
I have a problem
And
putting
that
him into the
Shin
episode
wasn't
when he
around.
certainly doesn't.
All right. So, anyways, then he knows Sabine Wren, of course, and then him and Sabine Wren actually have some great banter back and forth. And that actually reminded me, even this one, she's like, "Oh, haha, fuck you, she ain't dead." That back and forth did remind me a lot of Sabine Wren, which then brought up
Yeah.
a point though, because then I thought about Ahsoka in the front part and was like, "Holy shit!" So it can't be directing, right? Unless he's really directing Ahsoka to be shit.
Well, when you're a director, you direct different characters different ways. I mean, he can tell her to give her attitude cues, and he can be giving
I
her
don't know
sorry
if the
not
guy's
there.
fat either. I think it's just the fucking outfit didn't fit well. I mean, they're fucking.
Well, I mean, he's a little.
I will
overweight,
tell
but,
you this: no matter how
Thrawn
fucking
was, like,
bad Thrawn
animated like
looked,
a stick. So what the fuck?
yeah, no matter how bad Thrawn fucking looked and sound, this episode was
Also,
so
the dude's, like,
good.
70,
it
almost
fucking got
70
rid
years
of
old.
it. JJ,
Okay.
hold on.
He-
Hold on, let me make this point. No matter how bad he looked, no matter what you say, no matter how bad the thing is, this episode was so good. And that's what I'm saying. When you have good writing and good acting, you can let all that other bullshit go.
You know, the fact is, he's not even that bad. First of all, he's using his regular voice because you can't do the animated voice with the voice that he wanted to use his regular voice. And on top of that, he's wearing the outfit the best. And if you notice Thrawn's outfit, he's usually a pristine man that he likes everything clean and everything pristine on himself. He has like little rips on his outfit that he has. I'm telling you, this and plus the way he was acting, Thrawn is a changed man after the 10 years of
That's
exile.
not true.
There's no dry cleaning on Peridia, Dom. Give
I
him a
know.
break.
But I'm just saying the fact is that he's a different man. He
Okay.
Why is he different? Why is he different? I don't see him different.
He is
I didn't see him different either.
He is
Yeah.
different.
I did.
What did you see different about?
Maybe not in the same way Dom did, but I didn't see him as the same person as Rebels. But
Well, I think the
I'll go over
voice is
more
off.
at the end. I don't want to keep interrupting.
Once
you.
again, so then we get the rat thing. By the way, if you want to know why all the stormtroopers are fucked up and have to repair themselves, is because they apparently have been fighting these nomads and taming these fucking rat creatures. Nobody likes a rat. I was actually hoping a big ass snake
was
would
more
come
of a
down
hyena.
Howlers.
and fucking
A
eat
hyena.
these
I actually
It
rats.
doesn't mean
like
rats
these
or wolves.
things.
I don't know.
It's not a rat, it's a hyena.
I actually like
The
these
howler.
creatures. They were like, yeah, I like them. Kind of reminded me of my dog, actually.
I did think this was a kind of cool scene, like coming out of Vader's
Marco
castle
hates
going-
dogs, so it's not surprising.
Oh my god. Okay,
No.
going out there.
Going out
Yeah,
there.
they left Sabine by herself. She's gonna go hunt Ezra. It was part of the deal. He said he'd allow it, and they're all sitting up here watching her. And you see Shen just keep turning over and looking at Thrawn like she knows something's up. I thought it was really cool. Baylan, you could tell in Baylan's faces too. He sees Sabine go, and I know later on they're going to use the excuse of I'm going to hunt them down and Ezra down, and that's what we're told to be. But it did seem like, I don't know about this, but did it seem like he kind of maybe is thinking about starting over a new Jedi Order, and that if he can find Ezra, who he knows is a Jedi, he might feel that like that's the way to start over the new order.
His
The power that
explanation
he's,
later
Because
on,
there-
I don't know that that
the
lands.
power he's looking for.
No, the
But,
power. No, Dom. No. Go ahead.
I mean,
Dennis.
we know. I think he's kind of looking like this
I
because
asked
he
the
knows
question.
he knows Ezra's a Jedi, and he knows whether or not he was an actual like Jedi of the Order doesn't matter too much to him. I think he regrets having to fight and kill any Jedi, just like he did Ahsoka.
Oh, fair. I kind of took it as just because of the looks back and forth you get, and like how he's like staring at Thrawn, and then he does the like fake ass bow thing to him. I think it was more of like if we can get, another Jedi. He's looking at Sabine thinking like, hey, look, I treated her well. Maybe we could get these 2 on our side, and then we have 2 more into our group of 4.
I don't think he has any interest in killing Ezra. I think you're right there. I don't know if he wants. I don't know if he wants Ezra on his side. He wants to stay here. He doesn't want to go back.
Huh,
There's something in this, galaxy.
It's
Dom, let me talk.
Yeah, Dom, you
From
keep
the
talking.
legends, there's something specific that the legends say about this place that we're next to the ancient order or something. I don't know. That is here that he wants, and that's to what the power that he seems to be seeking.
But do you think it could have been the start of the Jedi Order, and therefore is what he thinks, and therefore, if he gets Ezra there, he could see it as a prophecy of starting like the new chosen one? That's all I'm saying. Because it sure does seem, by the way, she's like looking and checking out back at this dude a bunch. That maybe she knows something too. Is all I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Maybe he doesn't need Ezra, but he could use Ezra. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't think he has any interest in killing Ezra, just like he has no interest in killing Sabine, because that's not why he's there. He got where he needs to be, and I think we will see him team up at some point.
Well, I mean, he does hunt them down later on. We'll get
I'll
to
tell you what I think
spoiler
he's. Again, I'm going to wait till the
Shane.
end, but I'll give you my theory on it at the end. I think of what he's after.
Go ahead, Dom. What do you got?
No, I'm just saying the fact is that he's talking about the power. Matt's power is calling him. The dark side, something's calling to him that's not human. Something that Thrawn is scared of. They want to get out of there. Him and the witches. That's what the whole thing is. It's a weird, eerie feeling. There's something on that planet that's why Thrawn was never on the ground. He was in the ship. That's
The witches. Hold on. The witches already explained why they want to get out.
No, the witches.
Yeah, the witches. No, hey, Dom, did you watch the episode? The witches already explained that they've been shipping
5 times.
Yeah, well, then that the witches explained that they've been shipping out people there for a long time because there's nothing there. The planet's dying off, and they know that expanding the witches was sending them to Dathomir. So,
but there's listen.
But so that's not. But
listen to me. Can I talk?
Yeah, I guess nobody else.
Top of the temple. They're not went down. They gave Sabine. They're saying, "Oh, go out there and try to find Ezra." Where the hell was Ezra? How come when they landed? How come he don't know where Ezra is?
He did. He had the tracer.
Because he doesn't care where Ezra is.
Yeah, he wants to go back to take over to fight the Gits. Yeah, Dom, all that what you just said. We go after one point. Well, the witches have for years now been sending people off the planet because they say the planet's dying, and they've expanded to Dathomir. And that's their end goal is to finally take back over Dathomir.
On that planet.
Okay, so no, but hold on. So we took care of that one. Now with Thrawn's goal the whole time is to get back to the Empire where he can control the entire army so that he can fight off the Gis. So that's number 2. So what's the third point now? What you trying to make?
Saying the fact is that they want to get out of there. They want to get out of there in a hurry.
Yeah, he wants to get out of there because he wants to get back.
Listen to me. Would you listen to me?
We listen.
His mannerisms, the way he was talking.
He was just doing this. I did. I clipped this out 50 scenes of the same so we could see it, Dom.
Thrawn is a one track. He has one goal in mind at all times. Anything that doesn't relate to his goal, he doesn't care about.
He says it later on. He literally says that later on.
A dying planet. You didn't see any animals. It's some animals. Did you get that bird that flew off the friggin' rock? Kind of like the Mortis brother, like the son of Mortis. That's what I'm trying to say.
This dumb shit again. So she's riding a rat. This is the dumbest shit. Jedi laughed because of what you were saying. The rat fucking giant rat starts flying around. And then she's like trying to use this thing. They do know where Ezra is because you could use this tracker apparently. So she tries to find it, flips it back. The fucking rat flips him off as she gets hit by a shot, and then they're shooting. I thought this scene was cool. They're shooting her. It's hitting the armor. She's shooting back. These little bloody things are out there, boo, 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 shooting at each other. She's beating the fuck out of them. I don't know, man. All of a sudden, Sabine Wren learned how to fucking fight again.
Understands Thrawn, right there. He has one
because
goal.
his
nothing
one
else
goal is
matters.
mine. Very
Thrawn
good.
would just be such a bad sexual lover.
Go ahead. I thought
She-
these scenes were good.
Yeah, this was really good choreographed because there's even a couple scenes where you can see her use her armbands to deflect shots and things like that.
Direct shots. I tried to get. I didn't want to do too many because I figured
It's hard to
you guys would
grab
make
them.
fun of
Yeah,
me.
it's tough to
I
grab.
like when she took the lightsaber out.
She pulls the lightsaber out. It was fast. It was quick. This is what I was talking about. These are like the action scenes we should be seeing that we do not get out of Ahsoka, which is fucking. It was phenomenal, dude.
I like when
Everything
he
was
got shot in
good.
the face. That's awesome.
Got him in the face. Hey, just real quickly, a lot of these masks didn't they remind you of like what's his name?
They did, but
The
more
Red
Zepho.
Raider.
Corsair,
Look like
yeah.
Crimson
Zepho.
Corsair.
Yeah, Crimson Crusader. Who,
Don
by the way,
O'Connor.
those people are supposed to be in some out unknown planets, anyways, that they come from, and wear all these hoods and supposed to be raiders. I thought it was fucking really cool, dude. It just reminded me of that, so I threw him up there. Then, of course, her little tracker for what's his name is broken.
The
Ezra.
device from Ghostbusters is broken.
Yeah, right. So then she does the little samurai walk away that we always see. In the meantime, Baylan and Shin get on their rat. I mean, and they start going after him. That's kind of cool.
He's on the dark. He's on the dark one. She's on the light one. Symbolic.
What the fuck are you talking? It's just lighting in the. Shit. Okay. Anyways, so then Thrawn's talking about, hey, this is Thrawn. This is where Thrawn tells you what he wants to do. He's like, yeah, fuck this. I'm sick of being stranded on this planet. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Not some weird things going on. Show me the map. How the fuck are we getting out of here? That's pretty much what he says, Dom.
And if they find Ezra,
And they're
great.
low
If
on
they don't find
provisions.
Ezra, they leave him there. Great. Doesn't matter.
Well, he doesn't do that till later.
No, that was
Yeah, nobody knows how to shoot. They don't. All right, so then they get this little back and forth. See, this is even bullshit that I thought, this like fucking, this is like, what
This
the
is
fuck
a-
ever.
this
Who
is
gives
a
shit.
common movie
Throw away.
trope. I kind of hate that.
Yeah, just throw away. Then they do it. But all of a sudden they find Fraggle Rock.
Hi, monster dog. I've known you for like 5 minutes. You're so
Yeah, and all of a
attached to
sudden she starts speaking the language too that he understood.
The no
All right, so then we get Fraggle Rock. This literally, my wife was like, "Oh, is this
Yeah.
Fraggle Rock? I didn't know they were part of Star
I
Wars."
thought it,
I go,
reminded me of the. I thought it was the Koopas off of Mario.
that. Yeah.
No, I actually said
Teenage
something
Mutant
bad.
Ninja Ewoks.
Or the troll If you ever watch the movie Trolls, they got the little little roll things or whatever, right? Don't they? Isn't that Trolls? The TV
Why
show,
do
the
they
little
wear
kid
clothes?
cartoon. And then all these people just roll around in balls and shit. Anyways,
Ezra teach
You
them to
mean
wear
like
clothes.
I know.
you mean the trolls from Elsa? Those things? The rock trolls?
I don't fucking know. From some fucking cartoon movie that kids are watching.
It's from Frozen.
Okay,
You just
cool.
watch too many movies with kids.
Yeah. All right, so then they do this back and forth. Oh, I got a patch. You got a patch. We got a patch. Ezra. Ezra. Okay, yeah, we got it. They're gonna take us there. Don't eat them. Cool. All right. We get those two out there. I thought this was done. I thought this was the end. I thought we weren't going to see any more. This is typically where they'd end these fucking things, and you'd be like, okay, well, that fucking was a bad place to stop. But they didn't. We got Baylan and Shin out there kicking over dead bodies, looking around. She's like, what the fuck? I feel something. It's like, oh shit, look at all these people.
That was an important conversation, I think, to his motivation.
Exactly.
And he goes, the enemies of my enemies is a friend. And then we see the cop. Was this JJ? I'm glad. Was this a trope out of what's the one
Western.
movie? Yeah, no, but it's not just
Like
Western.
every Western
It's-
ever. With the
yes,
aliens
but
on
it's
the hill.
also out of a Japanese movie. Was it the castle one? They use
The
this
Hidden
when
Castle. Yeah.
yeah, was it Hidden Castle? It's originally
But like I
started
said,
in
it's
Hidden
also
Castle.
every Western ever.
Yeah, well, they took that out of Hidden Castle. All right, so go ahead, talk about it, JJ. You're jumping on top of me too now. Between you and Down, let's go. What's so important about this scene where
What he said about the Jedi.
Yeah, well, he's reminiscing kind of about. Well, she's actually asking him, I guess, about his time in Jedi Order. But I thought the most important part of the scene was where she asked him about Ezra, and he says, "Well, he's a Boken Jedi raised,
Boken Jedi.
after." Yes, Dom.
After
Raised
66.
after,
hold
Yeah.
Dom, let him finish fucking talking.
raised
Jesus,
after
go
the
ahead,
fall
JJ.
of the Order, and Shin comments and says, like me, and he said, "No, I trained you to be something better." So to me, that goes to his motivations, is that he kind of what Marco's maybe saying, and maybe in a little bit different way than that, but he basically wants to build something different for the Jedi.
Right. I think whatever you want to call the order, if you want to call it the Jedi Order, the New Way Order, the whatever order, and that's also why I think he's kind of doing the Wayseeker thing, where he's just like seeing whatever and filling it in. All right, Dom, what
he's
is
trying
your
to train
point?
her to be something better than a Jedi? Is basically
Right.
what it's
Well, no. Well, I think he thinks the Jedi Order failed and didn't see the Sith there, so he's trying to build a better quote unquote Jedi or whatever. Like,
I don't
good.
think he cares about the term Jedi anymore. Like, I don't think he cares about that. I think he's
Right.
aiming
Well,
for something better.
once again, that's my Wayseeker theory. Is that like how Wayseekers kind of they are trained to be Jedis, but they kind of choose their own path. All right, Dom, you got the mic.
I'm sorry that I.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm just saying
Go.
the fact is that was a very important scene. Boken Jedi. That's the first term. That's the first new term ever used for Jedi's trained after Order 66, which is very cool. And when Shin goes like me, he goes, no, you're very much more. You're much more than that. So there is something about her that is much more than a Jedi, and you're gonna eventually find out that she's not all Jedi. She's got maybe a Dathomirian witch in her. Maybe she has witch in her. She's part.
Okay.
You don't know.
I no.
Jedi's
Well,
not
we
a
know
fucking-
that. We know that's a no. But I think, this is where I kind of have more of the theory of that he's using some of the Jedi stuff and maybe training to do a new version of what a Jedi is meant to be. Because as you know, he does call her apprentice, but more on top of that, she has a braid. She has a Padawan braid in her head. And that's where I'm thinking like he is reorganizing, kind of like in the old Dark Horse books, which you see Filoni kind of reference in some of the old novels, how there were these Sith and Jedi for fractions where they had a different take on both the Sith and the Jedi Order and what was better. I mean, that's what led to the Rule of Two. Now this would be the Jedi version of reimagining the Jedi Order under a Wayseeker type. And I'm not using Wayseeker as in the person that's on the show. I'm talking as in the form of light side user that the Wayseekers became. Because as you know, some of those Wayseekers became the Lost 20, i.e., a new formation of a way for the Jedi Order to exist.
I'm not even sure it's light side though. I don't even think it'd be fair. I think it might be a bridge between Jedi and Sith.
Don't take my theory, Wayseeker. I was waiting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying 100.
I feel like the orange
A balance of the Force, right?
The orange lightsaber is kind of hinting at that. I'll stop so JJ can talk about it later.
No, that's what I'm when I saying reimagine the Jedi Order. I'm not saying that's why I keep saying Wayseekers, because they kind of walked away from the Jedi. They're in the grayish area, like an in-between area. I think me, you, and JJ are on the same page, where this sure does seem like they're going to reimagine what a Force user, not reimagine, but like, sorry, I'm not feeling that great, so my mind's kind of moggy, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like a new faction, right? Like, because when you read the old stuff, there was all these factions, like all different types. Like you had all the Lords of the Sith that were like a faction. You had there was a portion where like Jedi's kind of split out, and under certain people tutelage, it wasn't the Jedi Order. It was like orders of like different type of orders. We've seen that expansion through High Republic. We've seen that theory becoming more and more prevalent, excuse me, in the writing of how Jedi's and Force in itself is being used. I just think like that's kind of it. I think Baylan's goal here is not to find some mystical wizard power of, I don't understand what Dom was saying much, but whatever that is, I think it's just he's reimagining what, like, hey, these were the fault of the Jedi Order. This is the fault of the Sith Order. If I reimagine the Jedi Order, I can use what I think is good and can continue, even though he didn't fully train under the Jedi Order. Did he fully train under the Jedi Order? He was still a Padawan, right?
No,
they didn't say he was a knight. Was he a knight?
Yeah, well, he got the rank general. You only get the rank general if you're knight.
Oh, general. Yeah, if you're knight or higher. Okay, so he got that far. So, kind of like the whole theory of Yoda was the reason why the Sith took over. If he's trying to really find the true balance, then he believes that he is now going to train in the true balance, right? Which would be, I guess, I mean, you're right with the orange lightsabers. It makes sense. Anyways, all right. Anybody else want to add on to this? Jedi? The horses? Nope. Very good. Good stuff. By the way, a little bit of foreshadowing too later on. Oh yeah, there was the helmet's cool. Thought that was over. I forgot to say this, but when
these are the new Ewoks, right?
Yeah,
we're on board with that. Like that.
Yeah,
these are the new Ewoks.
You better not be.
I did.
I hope Thrawn doesn't get overthrown by Ewoks.
We got into some light discussion. We did get into some discussion where we missed it, but there was a little talk about like light and whatever, but at the same time, Thrawn did say at that point, I don't care about Ezra, and JJ, you kind of brought this up, and I don't care about the mercenaries too. They can all fucking die for all I care, which I think also shows you the point that like it was the foreshadowing that I don't think that was just a throwaway line. I think that was a line that later on Baylan will end up dying on this. Like it was predetermined at that point. That's a little bit of foreshadowing.
I don't think he's
the end
gonna
of
die.
Baylan. You don't think he's going to die at all?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure he's going to die by the end of the season. All right, so she gets to see the Fraggle Rock planet. This is Fraggle Rock. And then she comes down there. She's like, oh, man, I just, I wish I could find Ezra. Where could he possibly be? And then it's a whole new world. Here he is. Ezra.
Jesus. I mean, Ezra.
Moses.
He looks like a gypsy. It looks like this is a caravan of gypsies. They have all their things, and they move. They really just pack everything up and move all the time. He explains that. They go in. I thought they were gonna hug, but they only got a kiss in there. Or wait, I thought they were gonna kiss, but there's only a hug. This is where he explains that he doesn't give a shit. This is all I got. Yeah, we'll go back. Yep.
Was anybody else kind of got this like meh feeling of this reunion that's like years and years in the making?
There's something up with Ezra.
Like there was no feeling.
No,
I thought there was not a feeling.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I kind of got like
that's what I said. I thought they were gonna kiss. Like that's how much feeling I thought there was.
The awkwardness. But the fact is that
yeah, you got to remember they were like.
It felt like to me, it felt like she'd seen like a coworker she hadn't seen in like 5 years.
No.
10 years.
Dude, think about this. Think about this. Think about if you're fucking around on a planet. There's only one other person around your age that you find attractive. All of a sudden, that dude gets like flipped out, or female, whatever you're into, gets flipped out into some other planet. You haven't seen him for 10 or 15 years. You kind of been assessing it, and you look out there, and when they show up, they look like a gypsy. And you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's not exactly what I seriously
thought. Like he was gonna like punch her on the shoulder or something." Hey,
no, but it's gonna be uncomfortable. You've been separated for 10 years. You don't know. He might have been getting down with some rock snatch. I don't know what they have. I don't know what the rock people have. Turtle.
Nobody else wanted that except you, Marco. No one else was like. Yes.
No, I'm just saying, like you don't know what she's been doing. It's been like 10 years. Maybe she got like 5 kids.
She's a little guarded because she doesn't want to tell Ezra what she did, how she got there.
Yeah, which I also thought that was kind of weird. But
go ahead, Jedi.
No, I thought what bugged me about this was it was kind of weird. It was a weird scene, but I don't think it was weird because
I don't think so, Dub.
Necessarily because something's different about Ezra or anything. I don't know. Well, I think it was strictly a directing, writing. Like if this is Ezra and they've been separated and they're so tight, he's going to run out and meet her. He's not going to like practice these poses where he's all cool leaning up against the wall of his little domicile or whatever. I thought that was weird. The way he was just kind of trying to be like, that was weird to me. He would be running out, hugging her, greeting her.
Dude, he's been hanging out with... Bro, he's been hanging out with rock people for fucking 10 years. You're gonna be a fucking little bit weird, dude. You got giant rats running around. You're a gypsy on a caravan of rock people. You hadn't seen her. You don't fucking know she got 15
The only thing missing from this scene was him practicing how he was going to say hello in front of a mirror before she got there.
That's probably what he did a lot. You got a bunch of weird Fraggle Rock motherfuckers. Jedi, you got a bunch of weird Fraggle Rock motherfuckers running around. What else and you're obsessed with this girl? What else you gonna be like? Oh, when she shows up, watch this. I got the swag.
Hello.
What do they call us? The Grizz or whatever. What are kids calling this now? The Riz. I got this Riz. I gotta practice my Riz, bro. I'm Rizzed out. He's Riz.
Jedi's 100% right. That's how he trims his beard in the morning. Ezra's like trimming his beard, wondering what he's gonna say to Sabine when she finally.
That's right. That's probably what he was doing. What else? Dude, he was in isolation for 10 years, bro. He's gonna be a little awkward.
Dude, I just think it was overly awkward.
No problem.
And I think Jedi's right. I think it's because of the writing and the directing.
Well, I mean, hey, listen. Even with that, I'll overlook it because this episode was fun.
Let's hear Dom's crazy theory.
It's a minor complaint. I'm just saying.
Wait, Dom's got another theory.
No, the theory is that it's kind of it's pretty cool that he kind of looks like his dad from the picture. His dad, the picture had the beard. His father, when he has a picture in.
Actually, I think this actor they originally got the guy from Aladdin, and then they supposedly changed to this guy.
Yeah, well, Genie's coming.
But like this guy actually looks a lot like Ezra. Like if you like,
Yeah,
compare, like,
I had no problem with
It's
this.
And
just-
you got the
Features
blue
and stuff.
eyes. How come they couldn't give Jason the blue eyes? He got the blue eyes.
Jedi's gone.
So-
Now, Dom, what's your crazy theory about how this isn't actually Ezra?
We lost Jedi.
I'm not saying the crazy things that Ezra. I think that there's something wrong with him. I think there is
Dom
something
thinks he's
definitely.
possessed.
I'm telling you, him and Thrawn, if it ever changed, there's something on that planet that they're very scared of. That they're gonna get out. They want to get out of. They're all gonna get out of there now.
Yeah.
Finally, because
Possessed by
obviously
the
she's lying.
rock.
But there's things that are happening that me personally, hey, it was funny. I think him and Thrawn are dead, and they were reanimated by the witches.
If you ask me, I think that's kind of a crazy theory, but I'll throw that shit out there. They're not the same. Ezra
One more
looked weird.
crazy theory to wonder
You
about.
just said it was crazy and you threw it out there anyway. So
I know. I'm gonna keep throwing crazy
One
theories
more
out there.
crazy theory to wonder about. Why do the little rock people live in like larger versions of their rocks? Anybody else notice that?
It's
Like
a
the houses
caravan.
are
He's
shaped
supposed to
like
be a gypsy. I told you.
I want to
This.
know how they put their clothes on and why they're wearing clothes to begin with, but that I let all that go too.
Why?
I was like,
I want to know why they have to move every day. That
There's
is weird
something-
that they have to move every day.
There's something.
No, it wasn't every day. They move every once in a while so that because all of those raiders will set up. What don't you understand about
Why do
this?
the Raiders want to eat those rock people?
Because that's what raiders. No, they
What
want to
are
rob
politics
them.
of this
They
strange
want to
place?
rob them. Didn't you see all the food and shit they had? They had a whole fucking buffet and shit. You know, dirty, nasty motherfuckers love buffets. Of course, they're gonna try to rob a fucking buffet. Get out of here. What don't you understand
You know,
about this
Thrawn,
trope?
from the look of him, has been robbing a
I'll
few.
be
of
trying to
them.
rob that buffet.
Yeah, escargot, motherfuckers. That's right, Tony. Escargot.
There's just something strange. There's a bunch of strange things going on between.
This is it. It does. I mean, yes, guys. Once again, how about this for an easy explanation? The dude been hanging out with rock people for 10 fucking years. You motherfuckers are weirdos. This dude's gonna be a weirdo. You guys get human interactions. This motherfucker got rock people that are dressed like hobos.
And how are you going to develop when you're by yourself for 10 years with these things? It makes sense that he's the same person.
I know, but I'm just saying there are strange things about it.
Hey, Dark Raven.
How do you get away from Thrawn?
Thrawn doesn't care about it.
Don literally said, I don't give a shit about
He brought him to exile for 10 years. You have revenge on that. Come on.
Dom, you literally missed the line where you watched it 5 times and missed the line where he goes, I don't give a fuck about
Yeah, Thrawn
Ezra.
wants back. He
Because
doesn't give a
Ezra's
shit about
outside.
anything else.
He would not go look for him because
No,
there's
Thrawn
something.
doesn't.
No, did you miss that too? Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Did you miss that? All those stormtroopers are fucked up. And he even said, there's a bunch of people out there and they're just fucked. Like the captain at whatever said, yeah, man, like it's a wasteland out there and they're fucking our people up left and right. So yeah, they're not going to go looking for the motherfucker. Thrawn is a tactician. He does not want to waste resources on a lost battle. We know this about Thrawn. So 100% going out and finding some dude that can't get him home and literally serves no purpose to Thrawn, he's not going to waste resources on.
And I also have a feeling someday I wouldn't be surprised if we get a story where Thrawn and Ezra had to work together at the beginning. Like
100%.
That's a Timothy Zahn story waiting to be told. So like,
Yeah.
we don't know what happened and how they had to get to this planet from where they came with the Purgle and like what happened when they first got here. But I can tell you, when Timothy Zahn gets to write the stories that happen, as he says, I wouldn't be surprised if there's an Ezra Thrawn dynamic to
remember,
that story.
Did she give him his lightsaber back?
Nah, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. That'll probably be coming next episode. All right, and then once again,
Surprised Dom didn't bring up the shirt, the armor. the
once again.
chainmail.
So this is where Thrawn tells her, like, "Fuck Ezra. I don't give a shit. Let's just get back. My people are ready to fucking go. Fuck the other people. They're expendable too. I have one singular focus, and that is getting back and creating an enormous fucking army." Which
That's not what this
is his
scene
end.
was.
What was this scene?
This scene I didn't like. The scene that ended the episode only because this is the scene where they're like, "Oh, there's another Jedi coming." The mothers say to him, and he's like, "Well, you didn't tell me that shit." What the hell?
Oh
And
yeah.
They're like, "Oh, well, and he's like, could this be the supposedly recently deceased Ahsoka Tano?" And you know who Ahsoka is, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And then you know, they banter back and forth, and obviously it's Ahsoka, and obviously Morgan failed him, which is not good when you fail Thrawn. So that doesn't bode well for her future.
Right.
But the other thing that I hate though is that
she did throw Baylan under the bus though. Once again, foreshadowing because Baylan technically failed Thrawn too.
But he was already cast out, whatever. Anyway, but the thing I don't like with this scene is
how fast
you have the fact that at the end he's like, well, we must find out more about this Ahsoka Tano, like blah blah blah, who her master was, and what. Like, wait a minute, you know who General Baylan Skoll is, but you don't know Ahsoka Tano and her master, fucking Anakin Skywalker, who you've met in person before,
multiple times,
and you also knew his secret that he's Darth Vader.
Yeah, and you knew who his Padawan was in a book because you stated it.
Shit? What do you mean you got to find out who her master is?
Well,
so clearly Dave Filoni forgot everything that was written about Thrawn, and actually on Rebels.
Well, you know the funny thing is, well, the scary thing is that he asked the witches for their their dark magic again. So there might be
to see the future.
The future, they can't see the future. Future's
That's how he communicated with what's her name. And yes, they can see the future because they had said before. They had said we looked in there and we didn't see this Jedi. Yeah, so like maybe whatever the fucking vision is that they have, it was a future focused vision because they said they saw those people coming in.
Well, maybe they'll make a manifestation of it, something to fight Ahsoka. Maybe her worst nightmare, like a worst.
He's used their magic before because that's how he's communicated with Morgan all these years.
The dark magic, no, not like dark magic that are communicate. You can do regular magic. Dark magic is done by some kind of scary shit.
Dude,
like,
the Night Sisters were communicating. How do you think Thrawn was able to communicate with
Morgan? No, they literally said they were. No, hey, they literally said they were communicating to her.
They were
through magic.
Through the dark magic.
Through magic.
From regular magic. Dark magic.
All dark magic. There is only dark magic that they use. They don't use magic. They use dark magic.
All right.
What are you saying?
He said there's two.
Hold on, no,
wait,
let him finish. No. Hey, let him finish because there's no way he's saying what I think he's saying. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm just saying that they might make something to fight an adversary to fight Ahsoka.
Like what?
Like have the witches make something, a modification of
something. What?
Like
no, Tom.
Maybe bring a spirit of something, or maybe of a Anakin. I'm telling you, he knows who Anakin is. That was a little bullshit. He's gonna put something that is gonna scare her because he knows that she's powerful.
So you're saying, hold on, let me clarify. I just want to clarify. You're saying that the Dark Sisters are going to use magic to resurrect Anakin Skywalker.
No, not resurrect, but make some kind of a smoke thing in armor.
I think he's saying they're going to conjure up something to try and get in her head.
Yes.
But she said Anakin.
Well, it could be Anakin. It could be Darth Maul. It could be something.
A vision of Anakin to get in her head, I guess. I think that's what he's saying.
So, something like Merrick, like make something like that, but with Anakin, it looks like Anakin, and to try to freaking throw her off.
And we already did that, and we just did that last episode, Dom.
Wait,
why would they do it again?
No, well, it'll be maybe something else. Maybe they'll bring back a Zebrak, maybe Savage, or maybe they'll bring back Maul in some kind of a. I
think Dom seriously just thinks he wants to happen.
I'm just saying.
They're
gonna make something. They're gonna make something to fight Ahsoka.
I don't think so. I think Ahsoka and Baylan are headed for a rematch. Like to me, that was a whole Rocky setup. Whereas like,
just wait till they do the fucking Darth Maul Obi-Wan scene with fucking Ahsoka Tano and fucking Baylan. Just wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know it's coming. Like,
that's what they're doing. It's gonna be. She's
gonna
steal the fucking.
Get up, rock, fight again. And that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, she's gonna steal the lightsaber like she did from Anakin, and they're gonna pull a fucking Obi and Darth Maul. That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be fucking disgustingly bad.
I really hope not. I really hope there is no rematch either. I hope you're wrong.
No, I don't think it's Anakin. I think it's a figure. No, I think they're all brought back, reanimated from the dead. That's his army.
Who?
Thrawn. The witches brought back that whole group. They're all zombies.
Yeah,
they got the bands on them for the witches. They have they all batched up with the gold. They're friggin' the zombified. They're like
Did you watch?
Yes, I watched it.
No. Hold on. Time out. Did you watch Clone Wars?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so if you watch Clone Wars, then you know that the zombies the witches brought back look like this.
But what was Merrick? Merrick was something made.
We
by
don't
the
know what Merrick was.
Yes,
You don't
he
know,
was
you
made
don't
by
know
the
that that's really what Merrick was.
No,
He was.
you don't know
These
that.
stormtroopers are.
No, you don't know what
You don't
Merrick
know
was.
that.
Okay, I know what Merrick was. He was a smoke monster that they make
Really?
with the green smoke. How they
Who
brought
from
to
the
life.
show?
How they
Who
fixed
from the show confirmed exactly what Merrick was?
Merrick was. Come on, it's a smoke. It's a freaking smoke demon. That's what the witches conjured. Come on, man. How do you not know? How do you not know what you're looking at?
He might have been that. But you don't know it.
I know. It's the only explanation.
Dollar.
I don't know.
Dollar Luke
It's like Games
Skywalker.
of
Dollar
Thrones.
Anakin Skywalker's not fucking showing up. Dollar that this fucking army isn't a bunch of fucking
One thing
witches.
is, I have heard that Dom's similar theories again, and I really hope they don't bring back like Darth Maul and some stupid like for the love of God.
Well, not
Leave-
resurrect, but
leave-
make something that scares
I
the
still
filter.
though, I would want them to leave characters dead for once in Star Wars, for the love of all that's holy.
It's just just a demon conjure up to fight Ahsoka to throw her off. If you have Anakin's face and you make it look like Maul, she's fought these people, and that would scare her. They want to friggin' get rid of her. So if you dummy her up and make her scared, that'll be it.
But that was the whole point of last episode, is that she's not going to get scared. Remember? That's what Anakin's Force Ghost
She can
war
get scared.
between worlds
But
entity
if you
thing
see-
was trying to teach
you
her.
seen Anakin, maybe
Hold on, guys. We haven't doled it out yet. It's pretty good. Mark was captured at Anakin farts.
Ring the bell!
All deserve to ring the bell. I'm sorry. There's a lot of funny jokes that I haven't gotten to yet. My
Okay.
bad.
Are we at the end of this thing? Is this the last slide?
Yeah.
Yes, this is the last slide.
So, beyond Thrawn's motivations,
I don't
past
say that. I don't disagree with that either, Ray.
I think, as far as the Baylan theory that I had in my head was the fact that everybody remembers Bindu, right? From Rebels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bindu, as Wayseeker almost let slip, is supposedly the centrist physical version of the Force, or something along those lines.
Oh,
right?
the middle. Yeah.
He's right between the light and the
Yeah,
dark.
he's the yin and
I
the yang.
think
yeah.
that Baylan is seeking something like that. The origin of the Force, not necessarily Jedi, not necessarily Sith, but the origin of the Force, like Bindu or something like that, he can use or harness or something along those. I think that's what he's after. The center origin of the Force.
See, I disagree with that. I think he knows that Ezra is on that planet and he's trying to rebuild some fucked up version of a Jedi.
I'm with JJ, and I think that's
Well, why would
ultimately
he do
why.
that when there's already Luke Skywalker in his own galaxy training Jedi?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know Luke Skywalker.
I think
He knows of
There's
Ezra,
some-
but he doesn't know Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, because everybody knows the story of Ezra and Thrawn going into space. Apparently, fucking that's what they fucking said in
he
this.
knows he's got no Luke. That makes no sense.
I don't fucking dude. If you half the shit they do in this fucking show doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. So what do we say?
Anyway, I think there's some legends here about some ancient part of the Force, something like that he knows, and maybe it is. Maybe it's the beginnings of the Force, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it'll tell you that. Who knows? I think again, this is what we were talking about. Is Baylan going to die or not? Whatever thing we talked about before. I think Baylan's going to stay behind, and he's not going to die because he doesn't want to leave this galaxy because there's something here. I don't think we're going to get into it because that's not what the show's about. At this show, maybe it was going to set up another
Should be.
show, but
The
he
show's a
died.
lot
Who
better with him than it is with Ahsoka.
Maybe it was going to set up something, but now we can't. I don't know. But I think he's here because there's some that middle, whatever, some new way of being the Force user that he thinks is only available here in this galaxy. And maybe he'll work with Ezra to get it. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
Maybe it's a combination of the two. Maybe he thinks that if he gets Ezra and he's got a whole clan of people there, that they can go find the new Force, whatever.
All I can say is I'm out if is it Noti, I think is their actual name. But if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles use like Ewoks and overthrow Thrawn and the Night Troopers somehow, I'm out. I'm never watching.
Oh, they're
Full
100%. You know that's happening, right?
If that shit happens,
That's not
it's gonna be
happening.
fucking awful.
Not
I'm
happening.
out if that shit happens. I'm out.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I agree part of what you guys say. Part of it's like I just don't care because they're not going to finish. Dave has a tendency to just put stuff out there, and then it's annoying because he doesn't ever finish it. It never makes sense. Like World Between Fucking Worlds, for example. So, all right, Jedi, what'd you think of the episode, my man?
I've already covered all my little head scratchers from it, which none of those really bothered me to the point of not liking it. I actually liked it a lot. I'm going to give this one a 9. I mean, it was really good. I'm tempted to go 9.5. It was really good. I'm going to go 9 in the hopes that maybe something in the next 2 is even better. But I really like this one a lot. Like I said, we've already covered all the notes I took, so I won't waste any more time just talking about what could be, what coming, etc. But
what would you like to know? What do you got?
Me? Oh. You talking to me?
Tom?
No, you, JJ. Wouldn't you like to know? That's what your name says.
I forgot I typed that.
No, I'm trying to even this out because I know where if we put Jedi,
I'm pretty close to Jedi. Like this is like an 8.5 for me. Like best episode so far. A lot of this is what we all say we want out of Star Wars, right? We've said it forever. We want new stuff, new galaxies, new creatures, new species, new blah blah blah. Like all that's the stuff we want out of Star Wars, and we got a lot of it here. The only quibbles I had, I didn't so much care for like the intro. I know a lot of people loved it. That wasn't really my thing. The intro meta, like galaxy far, far away thing, like and Ahsoka's right back to pouty face, which makes me worry for the future that we're gonna see more of that. I hope we don't. I hope there's a turn to where she shows a little more emotion. And I wasn't real enthralled by the reunion there between Ezra and Sabine. I thought that was kind of like lacking, but those are kind of small, like writing directorial quibbles on an episode this long. So yeah, it's an 8.5. It's best episode so far. I hope we get more. But it was very good.
Good. All right. I guess Dom, because I thought we would get some kickback, but this is not. This is turning into everybody agreeing. Dom, go ahead.
I'll give it a 9 because I thought it was awesome. I was happy that they booked a Boba Fett, Ahsoka, that they took Ahsoka out of the equation and just had all these other characters, which made the show even better, which I enjoyed. Yeah, the whole reunion with Sabine and Ezra. If you really go back and you see their chemistry from Rebels, it kind of fits their dynamic. If you really look at it, that the way they acted, and then Thrawn, this is our on-screen Thrawn. Yeah, he has a little weight on him, but that's okay. He was away, and they did a really good job, and he killed it with the way his acting. And I got to say that Baylan, Ray Stevenson, his scenes, he stole the show again. He stole the whole show again with his scenes, and we got to know a lot more stuff that we didn't know. And I'm looking forward to the next 2 episodes. I'm looking forward to one of my theories really coming through to really give it to you guys. 9.5.
Wayseeker, go.
Yeah, I give it 9.5. I loved the episode. I loved the excitement of a new galaxy. Like I was really feeling like this is the thing I love about Star Wars. The expanding of the whole universe and the whole mythos. I love Thrawn. I thought Thrawn did a really good job of capturing who he was, how a one-track mind he is. I love the Night Sisters. Thought that everything was really great. Like if I put this up in like non-Andor 9.5, like if I'm talking about like Andor's on its own plane. If I'm talking about like the non-Andor TV shows, this is probably my favorite episode outside of the first episode of Mandalorian season 1.
All right, here we go. It's 10, dude. Like, listen, this is everything that they did in this episode is every single thing I've always asked for. They explained stuff quickly. They expanded the universe. They gave us multiple characters. The storyline was easy followable. The characters seemed realistic. Even the little parts that you can theory craft on were kind of fucking dope. This is the Star Wars we've been asking for. They didn't do a lot of fucking like cheesy, cringy fucking callback bullshit. They didn't do a lot of like, hey, let's give something for the people on the internet so we could. No, they didn't. So we could cry back to it. The little bit bullshit they did in the beginning about far, far away, you're going to get that because it's Star Wars. But fuck it, man. It was 2 seconds and they moved on, dude. They didn't have 50,000 characters coming back, right? The Ezra things, I thought that worked out well. I enjoyed this episode. They didn't cut it early where they should and left the fans viewing like, what the fuck kind of cut-ass point was that, dude? If you didn't like this fucking episode of Star Wars, I'm sorry to tell you, Star Wars just ain't fucking for you. But this is definitely the stuff I've been asking for. The writing, you're going to get some campy shit. You're going to get some cheesy lines. You're going to get some corny talking back and forth with rat dogs, or you're going to get Ewok / turtle, whatever the shit. That's Star Wars. That's what it is. We had great battle. The fucking battle scenes in this. Holy shit, man. Like, that's all I've been asking for this whole fucking season.
Yeah, there's only one, right?
Yeah, who gives a shit, Jedi or JJ? It was one good ass fucking
Like
scene.
battle scenes, there's like just one.
Well, it was one good scene. When they had that fucking Star Destroyer come up and you saw the whole fucking Empire right there, that was fucking beautiful, man. You had Thrawn acting like Thrawn should. You had the witches acting like the motherfucking witches should, right? Yeah, of course there's some corny shit. Let's one Jedi, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you get fucking corny ass lines in Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is fucking about, bro. It was good. This is every goddamn thing we've been asking for, and they gave it to us. I didn't know Dave did this fucking episode, but he did a hell of a fucking good job. Did he do this episode? Is that what I heard?
He didn't direct it, but he wrote it.
He wrote it.
Yeah, wrote a great fucking episode. He wrote a fucking great episode. Whoever directed this, get them to do more shit, because this shit was good. The massive scale that we saw in space was fucking brilliant, bro. I mean, it was just fucking brilliant, dude. It was. Everything they did, every shot they had was fucking good. When they went back, when they used all the takebacks that they do to Kurosawa's shit, you knew it was coming. They did the lone Jedi or the lone fucking samurai walk away with Sabine Wren. That was fucking great. They did the castle thing where they had the fucking people on the peak of the hill, also in the last spaghetti westerns. That shit was great and well done. We're fucking doing that. Great lines that they had from fucking Baylan. The facial stuff, how many of those did I show? The non-communicative back and forth acting that you had between the Shin actor, that's what they are all called anyways, and Baylan were fucking great. The movement by Thrawn, did you notice that Thrawn never fucking looked at them sideways, never did anything? He did that same Thrawn. I'm always looking forward. I'm very centered and I'm very focused on the one path and one plan, and I know it's right and I know it's going to work. That was fucking great, dude. It was fucking great. They made the witches look fucking good. They didn't have them do too much or too little. Okay, was the little weird fucking cribbage ball fucking a little weird? Okay, cool. Yeah, but who gives a shit? That was still good. The fucking planet of the fucking whales. They explained why the fucking whales are going there, which we haven't had an explanation that long. Was it fucking short? Sure. Do we know if they ate each other? No. Does it fucking matter? No. They at least gave us fucking answers to a whole bunch of shit, dude. And we got to see a lightsaber being used in a decent manner. And for some, we didn't have to downplay fucking Sabine Wren. We actually got to her to look like a fucking warrior. Dude, it was good. It was fucking good, man. All of it. All of it was good. You overlooked the small bullshit because it was so fucking good. So yeah, that's a fucking 10. Give us more of that shit. You give us more of that shit, I guarantee you we're going to have a lot more happy fucking Star Wars fans and more fans in general. Because that shit was fucking good.
Here's the weird thing. So a lot of the Star Wars fans that liked episode 5, they didn't really like this episode. Where you were seeing people on Instagram that's like episode 5 was the greatest thing ever. They're like, this was like a 6, it was like a 7. I was like, I don't get you Star Wars fans. Because I saw this from a number of people who liked episode 5.
They don't know shit about Star Wars. They don't like Star Wars. No, well, okay, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. That's not fair. There is two very distinct camps of Star Wars.
Exactly.
There is a Star Wars camp that just want to say, I know that fucking character. That's all I want. They don't give a shit. They don't read. They don't fucking care about the storyline of Star Wars. They don't give a shit about the history of Star Wars. They don't fucking care shit all about Star Wars. They don't give a shit about the books. They don't want nothing. They're the same people that fucking hated Clone Wars when it came out. By the time it was done, the fucking world's greatest fans. They're the same ones that hated Rebels when it came out. By the time it was done, same fucking great. Like all of it. All of it. They make fucking weird shit. Okay, that's them. Let their fandom be that. They can have that fucking episode. But that episode's not helping fucking Star Wars. It isn't. Because that episode was lost on a lot of fans, a lot of hardcore fans. The other group that probably ranks this, I don't know what they're ranking this, but I would say this should be a pretty high ranking fucking thing. Look, I gave that last episode 7.5. That doesn't mean it's bad. I get what it was doing there. I had a talk with a couple other fans and a couple other content creators about this because they keep asking me what the fuck what I like about the stuff. And I said, hey man, I understand how you got that episode ranked high and this episode maybe not, but it's pretty damn close, right? And they're like, well, because Anakin was there, and anytime you put Darth Vader or Anakin, that's a 10. It's like, well, dude, you could just fucking, that's not, what the fuck is that? That's not, but I get it. That's your fandom. But if we want better storylines, if we want to attract more people to be more passionate about our fandom, we need great storylines. You cannot get normals to not look at you like a fucking weirdo and be like, well, I watched that Ahsoka show when for some reason Vader showed up and I don't fucking get what the fuck was going on. That's garbage. Like it isn't that good. Like it's a 7.5. It's okay. The scenes look good, but like this, fuck man, this is what I've been asking. I can't fucking sit here and be hypocritical and be like, yo, I want expanded universe. I want storytelling that fucking makes sense. I want to see fucking action that doesn't look like a fucking senior citizen is out there fucking playing peekaboo with a lightsaber with another fucking CGI'd old man that we have to see for the fucking 800th fucking time. I want stuff that makes sense, and they give it to you, and they give it to you on a platter. What the fuck can you complain about, bro? Mm-hmm. What can you complain about? Like this is this show was for the Star Wars completionist, the person who fucking reads books, the person who immerses themselves in Star Wars, the idiots like us that pick up those stupid fucking encyclopedias for little tidbits and shit, the ones who read the comics no matter if they're terrible or fucking not, the ones like Jedi who just want good fucking storytelling that he can fucking semi-relate to when he's not looking on eBay to buy fucking toys real cheap. This is who it's for. This is who this shit is for. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a fucking 10. Because guess what? If they give us this every fucking day, I'm not gonna get sick of it. I'll watch this every fucking day. Every fucking day, every show, every episode. That's it. I mean, that's it. I'm not some like dude.
I watched this episode 5 times compared to all the other ones. I watched once.
Yeah, this is the
shit.
shit.
I liked it.
This is the shit.
But let me ask you a question too. Really, okay, aside, not theory or anything like that. Now that they're in the new galaxy, this is like kind of a small like reboot because now they could do Star Wars in a different part of the galaxy.
Dude, they already did it. That Death Mirror thing. By the way, they fucking explained that brilliantly in like fucking 2 lines. Like, I mean, how cool was that shit, bro? They explained Dathomir in like 2 fucking lines, and it made perfect fucking sense, bro. Perfect sense.
And you want to know the history behind it. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This show's going on, and I'm going, can't wait till that book comes out. Can't wait till that comic comes out. Can't wait.
Maybe next year we'll get
except for JJ. He's a curmudgeon.
There's one reason why. Normally, I would love to hear the history behind that. Like, there was one line, I think it was Morgan that spoke it like near the beginning, that really threw me off from wanting to hear the history of like this planet and like the original Night Sisters or whatever it is. Like the whole line of like, oh yes, my ancestors rode the fucking space whales. Or learn
that's kind of fucked up.
Don't show me.
Hey, some Night Sisters. Hey, on the space with. Hey,
don't ride just
maybe
tell me a story.
In pods or something. They did something. I don't, but
who gives a shit?
I don't care.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? It was good, man. The shit. I mean, like, who cares? Like, you could fuck up other stories, and they probably will later on. All right, let's be honest. They're gonna fuck up some of the stuff that comes out of this. They just flat out will. But for right now, bro, we can't worry about whatever fucking else has happened. If somebody if you get, I'm not gonna say that. You can't worry about what's gonna happen down the road. If you get a present, thank the Lord for the present that you get. Enjoy that motherfucker, because you might not get another one for a very fucking long time. And this is the present I think we needed.
See,
maybe not all Star Wars fans, but at least this fucking Star Wars fan did. This was the fucking present I needed. It was fuck, huh?
No, I love the fact that I want more. I want more. That I can't wait for the next episode. Like it's already 2 days away, which is freaking awesome. That knowing that episode 7 is coming, and I can't wait for it. That's how good this episode is. So that I really enjoyed it because you're right about the whole fact about with Baylan, this and that. But he was the way he was speaking, that the cycle repeating itself over and over and over again, that that he wants to stop that. He wants to end that.
Hi.
So how do you end something without any mystical part to it?
Well, you can form a new order is what I was thinking, however that works. But
I
I mean,
why he'd have to leave his own galaxy though to form a new order.
oh no, you're right. He might. I mean, I once again had said early on that I think there's something here. If it's the start of like a Jedi Order or something that like was in the stories, like this is where the first Jedi pooped. Like who gives a shit? Like there's an artifact or something.
He's very because at first he's very against that planet. Like he's like, this is a planet of, I forget how he describes it, but like
dreams and
nightmares and madness or something like that.
Dreams and madness.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, dreams and madness. But like the way he describes it that way, you think like he hates it. But he thinks, obviously, by what he's speaking, that the Night Sisters died off, and these last great mothers are all departing because they fear something else in that planet, some other type of force or whatever have you, is there in that planet, and that's what he wants at. I think whether or not it's to rebuild an order, I don't know. Maybe it is, but I think that's he's.
I think the underlining when you take a lot of stuff that you see him do, just because of the looks back and forth, because whatever, I think he wants to rebuild a order in a new vision, not the Jedi Order like the old one, but a new order. If you call that a new Jedi Order, you want to call it whatever you want. He wants to build a new order in what he imagines can be good.
So
and maybe it is. Though. Maybe it's an artifact. Maybe it's a Spears ghost. Maybe it's an Anakin fart ghost or from the Way Sisters. Whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't matter. His end goal is to build a new order in his likeness. So, like,
can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
We didn't even talk about the fact that he mentioned to Shin that these were fairy tales that we're talking to as a child when they were Padawans. So it's like kind of remember, like in the High Republic, you're talking about the books that the stories that they would talk about the creature, and they were scared about the and were told to them to scare them, and now it's come to light that it actually is real. That's the thing, which is kind of amazing. So these stories were told in the archives.
But I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, times that for the balance, like, dark stuff's built on top of light stuff. I get all that. But my point is, like, in the grand scheme of things, that shit doesn't matter to me. If, whatever he's trying to do, I think the end goal, like I said, is like, why else would he go out to volunteer to go find Ezra?
I think I think his end goal is kind of, because obviously Ahsoka's goal is to stop Thrawn. Sabine's goal is to find Ezra, right? If Baylan's end goal, I think, is actually the continuation of, I guess, the spirituality is not really the right word I should use here, but something along that lines of Rebels. And Rebels kind of focused it near the end, at least, on that, like, this is the center between light and dark of the Force and all that. And, this is the balance of it, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of that was what focused on Rebels in the third and the fourth season, especially the fourth season near the end. If this is supposed to be a continuation of Rebels, I think that, at least as far as the Force and Jedi Order and all that stuff goes, that's Baylan's story. It's not Ahsoka's and it's not Sabine's, it's Baylan's.
Yeah, I can see that. So Don brought up High Republic stories. We want to zoom through these short stories.
We can definitely go through the short stories. All right, good stuff, guys. Let's get through the short stories. We have a bunch of fucking stories to go back. Canon poop. Yeah, Canon Jedi poop, Johnson.
Hopefully Jedi gets back here for it, but we'll get through it.
All right, well, let's get through the first couple of these.
Yeah, the Force Provides, we picked up after we're here, after the fall. So all these stories that take place are after Starlight is gone. So somewhere in the year between the fall of Starlight and where Phase 3 will pick up. And so we're picking up on trying to get some fill-in with some of these characters, mainly short fill-in stories. Force Provides is a short story about Vernestra. We get some fascinating details, which I don't know if are actually real, but one of the fascinating things is Vernestra believes her Padawan Imri and her good friend Avon Staros are dead. Why she believes that, I don't know. There was nothing from the previous phase that leads us to believe that. But
she saw it. Did she? I thought they inferred that she saw it in a vision.
maybe it was vision,
or felt it in a vision or something. Yeah. Something like that.
And so she's distraught, and she has become a way seeker. So she's doing her own thing. She's left the order, and she said it's easy at this time to become a way seeker because everything is in such disarray that the masters can't keep track of who's doing what or what's going on where. And so we get a story of her, trying to follow the Force, trying to figure herself out, while she's kind of lost after losing her Padawan and her good friend. Jedi, anything you want to add?
No, I mean, to me, this was kind of a Jedi's adventures type of story. I mean, she just kind of has an adventure. And are you going to go into the story of what she does and who she meets and all that?
I wasn't going to go into too much of it. You can jump in on what you thought.
No. I mean, to me, it's not really that important other than she finds an adventure. She goes and she follows I guess she feels like the Force is leading her because at first just like she doesn't even know where to go. She's just kind of wandering. And then she meets this person and she ends up she ends up saving this person who turns out to be this iconic kind of rebel in her own right, an older lady who saves who's been, I guess, standing up, her and her group, her covert group, I guess, in a way, kind of have been defending this planet's economics against they're fishermen, they raise fish, they have fish farms, etc. And she ends up defending them against the bigger, more powerful, I guess, mob types or whatever, or maybe not even mob. Well, I guess it's kind of mob.
It's kind of.
At least they use mob tactics, I guess. So anyway, she gets in this adventure. She meets this person's family, and they kind of welcome her in. She still just she just feels like the Force is leading her there, etc., etc. This person's son, I mean, not to get into spoilers, I guess, but hey, what the hell? This person's son's wife ends up being in on the whole thing, and kind of ends up being kind of the twist at the end that she's in on it, and she ends up. She doesn't kill her. I think the older lady kills her. But anyway, at the end, she feels the Force again. She's just kind of feels like she is kind of the defender of the weak type of story, right? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, I think Vernestra is one of my favorite characters, so I just like the story because I'd like to see how Vernestra has progressed, and we know she's going to be a
lightsaber whip.
She got to use lightsaber whip a couple times. We know she's going to be important because she's sticking around for the acolyte. So
Ireland did a shit job with this as usual.
It was a good story. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a good story.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it was a good story.
I mean, it doesn't really mean a lot in the.
It doesn't mean anything.
It was all just short stories. When we talk about the story at the end,
she went on like for 10 minutes about
5,000 times better than the last story.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe, but this story wasn't any wall breakers. I'll tell you that much. You could have passed on this story and not fucking missed a beat. Is all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, Vernestra wasn't daydreaming about kissing everybody she saw in this one.
No. She wasn't. But there was, the princess story of the princess runaway love story.
I don't remember that part at all. Whatever.
You need to read the book then. I can't help you if you don't read the book. All right, next up.
All right, next one was a all Jedi walkthrough on Path. This was a 2-story bridging together. I probably should have put another character in here.
JJ.
All done. What?
It's nothing. Go. I was saying bye to JJ.
Popped off.
Yeah.
This one is all about Bell and Loden and Bell and Burry. So, if you remember, after the fall of Starlight, Burry is missing. We already know what happens because they already spoiled that. Burry didn't die, but everybody thinks
Burry didn't die.
Dead,
yeah.
Right.
Burryaga, yeah.
But they explained why everybody thinks Burry's dead.
What?
They did explain why everybody thinks Burry's dead.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, briefly. Yeah.
Yep. And Bell, because he's lost his master and he felt like, he didn't do right by his master. He thought his master was dead when his master wasn't dead. refuses to give up hope and doesn't believe that Burry's dead. And so he's going to do everything that he possibly can to find Burry, even when everybody else has stopped. And so it gets into the story. It details his history with Loden a little bit and how that plays into why he cares so much about finding Burry and why he does what he does. He kind of follows in the sense of like learns from Loden in the story of where like Loden sticks around when he wasn't supposed to stick around from the Jedi. And helps the locals and works with the locals, and he uses the same tactics that he did.
Yeah, I think if I could just jump in there. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. There was a backstory with Loden where he helps the community, and he kind of takes that with him, and I guess has to rediscover that lesson as he's trying to get the resources to go and continue his look for Boryaga. And he kind of realizes that he can't just order them to do anything. He needs to kind of work with them and become part of them, or at least welcome among them, because there's not a lot of love. I mean, you got to remember this planet Iram. Is it Iram?
Yep, Iram.
The people of Iram aren't too happy with the Jedi right now because they just crashed a giant space station into their planet when the military of Iram wanted to shoot it down. So to avoid all of this, if I remember right, but they ended up crashing and a lot of devastation. So the Jedi are not exactly their favorite people right now, even though they are accommodating them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what happens at the end? You can spoil the end.
Well, even before the end, Bell, which isn't Bell the one that has the Charhound? It didn't mention the Charhound at all. Did they mention the Charhound?
They did. They said the Charhound was given to Porter because Porter isn't doing very well.
Okay.
So yeah, Porter Engel's kind of depressed and trying to, he has to go through a new iteration of himself after everything like this, and so Bell has given Porter the Charhound to kind of cheer him up a little bit.
So Bell kind of has to make this decision, and he goes to this cliff or something, and he kind of has to make this decision. He's got Boryaga's lightsaber. And I guess he kind of has to make this decision whether or not he wants to accept what everyone else is kind of accepting, is that Boryaga's dead, and I guess in that symbolically throw the lightsaber into the sea or something like that, or he needs to decide to continue his search. Well, he decides to continue his search, so he climbs down off the cliff, and eventually comes into the company of some fishermen. Works his way amongst the crew, kind of proves himself to be of value to them and become part of their team. And then they start so he's looking, but he's not, he's also kind of, like I said, being a part of the fishing team, and they come across these what would you call them? Like these little floating talisman or something in the sea. And they're like, at first they're trying to figure out where they are. They're coming from this haunted place or something. It's got like a whirlpool that'll take you to Middle Earth or some bullshit. I don't know. But they keep seeing these things floating around, and they're like, are these witches? Is there a spell? What's going on? Well, Bell immediately recognizes that these talisman have woven Wookiee hair. They're woven out of Wookiee hair attached to something to keep buoyancy or something. So he decides, I can't remember exactly how, but they decide to go to this haunted, or what they call a haunted or cursed place. Bell gets sucked down into this whirlpool where he discovers this underwater or under earth cavern, and he's basically the story ends shortly after that, in that he's down there and he hears a Wookiee growl, and he is reunited with his friend Boryaga, who somehow, we don't know exactly how, survived the crash, right? And ended up in this underground little cavern place. And so his journey had a happy ending. He found his friend.
Yep, found his friend. So, and then, Bell's like, I didn't fail. And he realizes he didn't fail his other master either. So they are able to move on. So that's good. I mean, I like the story. I thought Soul did a really good job. This
is pretty good. This actually is pretty good.
It helped, recover my liking of Soul after
the only problem is they already let us know that he was alive, so it took a little bit of that.
Yeah,
it would be nice if they wouldn't have fucking spoiled their own shit.
We knew it. Whether they spoiled it or not, we knew it.
Yeah.
Next story
the
was
twins are back.
Light in the Darkness by Kevin Scott. This is a story. Oh man, this was a weird story. I didn't like this one too much. Basically, it's a story of a planet in the rise of the Hutts. So after the Nihil have done all their stuff, the Hutts have come in and have kind of become like the gangsters who have partnered with the Nihil or like used this opportunity to take over planets and get resources and further the Hutt Empire. So we saw them before how like the Hutt were working with the Jedi, right? In the first phase at times. Now the Hutt are using the Nihil crisis to come in and take over this planet. And so
to try to explain how they're going to get Hutt space, which is just
so
stupid.
Hutts are going to play a big part in Phase 3, clearly in the Cavan's comics or whatever.
Yeah.
And so on this planet, people are starving. The Hutts have come over and conquered. And there's two characters, a sister and a brother, who foolishly go.
The Hutts have a ship that's been filled up with all the stuff they've stolen from the people.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready to leave, I guess, or something.
Yeah, and so they're going to go and they steal back a bunch of food and stuff from the Hutts. And when they get back, they're like, "Oh, we should go again. We should go again."
By the way, these characters are furry. I don't know exactly how big they are, but I know they are furry. So I'm really surprised Wayseeker's not liking this story.
Yeah, loving this, right?
I don't know what you're trying to say about me.
You like furries.
Furry things.
They like furries. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wasn't hard to hear what he said. He said, "You like furries." Yep.
Anyway, so this planet doesn't think the Jedi exists except for one of the characters. After they steal all of these goods back from the Hutts come after them because they realize, oh, you stole all of this stuff back. And they left some evidence behind because they are in a rush. As the Hutts are there and everybody thinks it's about time that they're going to die, Kiwi and the twins show up and save the days. And Kiwi says, "We can't be everywhere. We can't protect you. We realize that Jedi are outnumbered. There's not as many of us, but we do the best we can." And
And then she goes into this whole thing. Well, you guys are the real heroes because you are holding down the fort, fighting the good fight, while we're waiting on us because we can't be everywhere all at once. You guys are the ones that are really fighting in the trenches, right?
Yeah. So of the stories we're going to review today, I think this one was
Weak.
one of the weakest ones. So
Part of me. Well, the thing about this story is it was very convenient. The Jedi showed up just in time. So it was very Hollywood, I guess, in that matter. Part of me really wanted this to be a sadder story with a sadder ending. I think it might have actually been better. It's pointless either way.
Yeah, so like if the Hutts actually, destroyed it, took off.
Yeah, if the Hutts actually,
Mm-hmm.
if the Jedis didn't show up and save the day and the Hutts like wiped the floor with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me just thought that would have been a better
realistic
ending, but
Yeah, this was not a good story. I don't think. But again,
I mean, it's just a setup, anyways.
So far, we're reviewing the stories. We got a little bit of Kiwi. This story, while it wasn't a good story, was way better than this one.
Can you wait a minute before you go on? Can you remind me because I forgot? Like AOA was saying earlier, I have the memory of a goldfish. Can you guys remind me why the twins have cyber parts? I can't remember because they talked about that. The twins
because
have cyber parts.
What was the one? Didn't the one like half turn into husk, so they had to bring it back, and that caused
There's
the
a
problem?
story. I know there's a story about it. I just can't remember what it is. But anyway, all right, we can move on.
Because he got hit by the Nameless.
Was it with the Drain guy or something like that?
Was it the Drain guy? Or
It was the Drenger. Yeah.
Oh, the Drangar took off the one hand. Is that what it was? Yeah. No, the one almost died to the Nameless.
No, the Dren guy. The beginning, they found it was like
one of them did die to the Dren Gear pretty much, but there were nameless as well. But the one at the beginning of the High Republic event, where like he had passed out and like was affecting them both.
Yeah. And he's getting sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You're right.
Try to forget. Right. We try to forget that arc.
Yeah, the Dren Gear sucked, man.
Yep. Holy hell, this story was so bad.
God, this one, you can sum this thing up in like 5 sentences. It's really that easy to sum up.
Go ahead, sum it up.
So I don't even know. We have the Jedi. Before I start my 5 sentences, basically you have Amadeus, not Amadeus Cho, but Amadeus somebody. He's an apprentice. His master is Mira. Is that right? Mira
Lox. Yeah.
Lox.
Yeah. So basically, they're called back to Coruscant because of the mission. Amadeus has never been to Coruscant since he was little, so he goes out exploring at night because he's bored. Runs into some hot chick and her friends. Starts really kind of second guessing his life as a Jedi, whether or not he really wants to do it. Stays all night. I don't know if he gets drunk, but gets in a fight, etc., etc. At the end, the morning briefing's going on with Mira. Hey, where's Amadeus? We don't know. Oh my God, I hope he didn't run away. I hope nothing bad happened to him. I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want to raise a panic. I'm going to get on my ship and go. Oh my God, there's Amadeus in the chair. He was here. He decided to stay a Jedi. The end.
The end. Yep, done. Got it.
I mean, the only thing that matters for this one is what we know, like already. If you've been keeping up with what this thing going, all the Jedi are getting called back to Coruscant, and they're leaving the Outer Rim. And some Jedi are staying in the Outer Rim, and they're defying that order. But everybody else is coming back to Coruscant.
You didn't need a whole story for that. You could have done that in 2 fucking lines.
That's all this story was, to show that it's dumb story, pointless story. I have a feeling these characters are going to be important. I didn't care about any of these characters. That's the bad part. Like, it could be a dumb story if they were good characters. I don't want any more stories of Amadeo and Lox. So I really hope we never see these characters ever again. But my fear is we're going to get a whole novel on these 2 characters.
They didn't die, so we probably will. And so
I don't know. So I really hope that's not the case. But hey, whatever. And then there was the story that I was the only one here that read because this was not in the audiobook. This is Rogue Element. I like this story a lot. This is probably my second favorite of the ones we're reviewing today because I love Crash.
Yeah, Crash again, yeah.
Crash is a really cool character from Midnight Horizon, the comic books, some other places. She's the one that takes over for her mom and serves as like a bodyguard for whoever needs it. Sphino is her girlfriend, who's also the singer and works behind the scenes and uses like the fact that she's this famous singer to be able to get in and get secret information. And in this story, we meet Rue. So this takes place on Corellia, same planet as Midnight Horizon. That's where they're from. If you remember Midnight Horizon, the Jedi stopped the Nihil from having all of the ships and everything and using Corellia as base. Well, we know that when the Jedi go back to Coruscant, the Nihil come in and take over Corellia and use Corellia as a base. And so Crash and Sphino are trying to disrupt the Nihil and get them off the planet and take as many of them out as possible. So they're using all of their services to work against the Nihil. On Coruscant, or in Corellia, there was a Jedi temple, and all of the Jedi left except for this Jedi named Rue, who was a Padawan, and his master, I forget his name. They stay behind because they said we got to fight the Nihil. We can't just leave this planet behind and go to Coruscant. We're going to stay here and we're going to do what we can. Rue's master dies. And so when Rue's master dies, Rue stays there because he felt like he needs to follow his master's wishes. But Rue leaves pretty much the Jedi Order. He just becomes like the Punisher of the Star Wars universe. So what he does is he goes around in a Nihil mask, because they all wear masks, pretends he's a Nihil, and then he kills everyone he can find.
Really? Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he is like he uses the Force, has a lightsaber. He says he's connected to the Force, but he's not a Sith. He's not a Jedi anymore. He is just a vengeful, taking justice into my own hands.
Yep.
And so he partners up with Crash,
Vigilante.
and Crash is the one who gives him the information and uses his network so they can take down the Nihil. So they're a new team, Crash, Spheno, and this rogue ex-Jedi who is this, Punisher-like character.
Killer.
So Crash is Daredevil, and this other guy is Punisher. Is that
Kind
right?
of like that, yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I thought this story was really good. And the idea, what happens in the aftermath of the Nihil, and somebody who loses their master, could easily lose their, way with the Jedi and, do this. And it was a pretty dark story, and I think it was really good. So it's too bad y'all didn't get this one, but
Yeah.
I like that one. Dom's in. Dom said, I say Punisher, and Dom's like, I'm good. I don't want this Rue guy.
I like when they friggin' wipe people out, man. That's awesome.
So overall, I like this book. It wasn't a necessary book that you had to read, but it was good.
Probably that sounds like the best story out of pretty much the whole fucking out of all of them that were out there.
It was just a good bridge to reintroduce you to these characters who you've been away with for a while, and set up the next phase, which is what I think it was supposed to do. So overall, I enjoyed this book.
Sweet. All right, cool. That's all we
What
got.
do you think overall of the book?
It was okay. It had some stories. The two stories from the book that I think had the most impact is I like the Boryaga story because we knew he was alive, but we didn't know exactly how and also the very first. Well, I don't know if it's the earlier story that we did last week about the Roe Marta Roe. I thought that was really good. So those I think are have meaning. I don't know if the Roe. Well, I think we'll see more Roe, the Marta and Yana going forward at some point in some way. But those were my two favorite, I guess.
I think
in a way, just those two stories alone made it kind of worth it.
I think if they would have shortened the stories a little bit and added maybe 2 or 3 more of relevance, I think it would have been better. Because the stories that were even the Rose story, it could have been shorter. I think if the Rose story was shorter, it would have been better. And I listened to them, and they were still you're talking about 2-hour stories. If you listen to them, that's. You didn't need 2 hours. Well, I think that Rose story was 1 hour and 45 minutes.
I thought the longest one was an hour. I thought.
I don't know. Whatever, dude. It seemed like they were long as shit.
They were 40 pages.
Yeah. I think maybe you just cut that down a little bit, add a couple more that had relevance. God, the best story sounds like the one that you fucking just said. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, but. Whatever. It wasn't like they were trying out new people, so.
Mm-hmm.
And we already knew Boryaga, so that spoiled that shit. I did even the ones I liked, the ones about Geode and all that one. That I was like, man, okay. We could have gotten to the point a little bit quicker, I think, on some of them. And then the Kevin Scott one, I just think he's fucking.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed that Geode doesn't actually do the deed, but.
Well, yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Is that all we got?
So we got.
Shit, we're still at 3 damn hours. All right, well, listen here. Next week, we're going to have a little bit more Ahsoka stuff. We're also starting to redo the format. So after Ahsoka's done, we've got a couple old segments that are returning. We're going to get back to some stuff. We might look at a couple more comic-related things. I think Jedi's reviews are going great, so we can keep that up. Make sure you're checking out The Boys, by the way. The Old Man Show, which is on Friday. Doing good. I hear they're eating a lot of cheesecake on that show.
Yeah, we're riding that cheesecake wave for a little bit longer. I think you can expect to see more of that kind of nostalgic art cover type stuff in the future.
Well,
Joe's doing a really good job of pulling that stuff out and researching it.
I don't know how many different types of cheesecakes there are, but you could key lime. You could put a little key lime pie in the cheesecake, and a little strawberry. Yeah. I personally change around the stuff, I guess.
Joe's the architect. He's the chef, I guess I'll say, in the baker of the key limes and the cheesecake pie. So he'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Joe and Bruce are doing a great job.
And I do comic reviews on that show too. So if you're truly a fan of my comic reviews.
Oh, you do? Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Good, like how you do.
What's that?
I did a comic review of Creepshow comic last Friday or the last.
Oh, there you go. We'll check it out. Don't get weird. Oh,
Marco's on his medicine right now, so he's getting a little tipsy.
Yeah. What else is I gonna say? Make sure you check out their show on Friday. Obviously, make sure the SNS files them up. Both shows have been doing well. I think they're doing a great job over there too. Check us out always on Sunday for our live content, and check out the new Hot 10 list, the CBSI Hot 10 list. We tape it. I don't even know what day we tape it on, but we tape it on one day, and then you get to see it. It's nice, short. We appreciate all the great feedback we've been getting, and then all the other great content here. Oh shit, we have the tax show. The hottest show on this channel. Shit, I forgot about that show.
That's the number one show.
Yeah. I might actually have to start. I'm on too many shows already. Okay, but yeah, appreciate everybody doing everything for us. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm just trying to get at the last 28 seconds. I don't know. I'm not good at promoting this. Like,
well, we'll just we got Kingdom of Nerds tomorrow. You'll see some familiar faces on Bruce's first show tomorrow.
Good,
so check that out if you're inclined. It's always fun. They do stuff that we don't. They do some interesting things over there. Kind of the I don't know, like stuff that videotapes and to talk movies a lot more than maybe you'll see on this channel. So it's a good a good alternative. It's fun.
We might be looking for some people are going on vacation too, so we might need some sub-ins. We'll talk about that later. All right, cool. Sounds good. Make sure you check out all the great content here on Renovision. Wait, why could somebody send this away? See y'all later. Where is this thing? I don't know where it is. There you go. We've had forever to do it.